What world do you live in? We shouldn't actually have this game. I mean,
yeah, it's actually a miracle that we're at where we are right now.
Think about Destiny 2.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, Guardian? Thanks for spending your day with us. Welcome to episode 224 of Guardian Downcast, a Destiny podcast. Hey, if you love to play the game Destiny 2, you've come to the right place. We're a couple of gamer dads that have played Destiny since that day one beta in 2014, and we're just as passionate about it today as we were back then. We discuss key topics and news within the gaming community so you can be in the loop. And we're a podcast that seeks the stories of the Destiny community as a whole, wherever that origin may be. We're the show that asks, where do we start, right?
Oof.
I'm your
we're the
host.
question that asks, do you have a cigarette?
Yeah. I'm your host, Todd, the Gator, and my co-host, Hazelnut, is here as well. How you been, man?
Outside of the Destiny-verse, pretty good, actually. Got like 6 days left on my course.
Awesome,
and
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty
Family
good stuff there.
Everybody healthy? Nobody sick?
Knock on wood, man.
Yeah,
Knock
me
on
too.
wood.
My wife,
for fuck's sake, man.
my sister's sick. My daughter has COVID.
Shit.
My wife is not sick. Or she
I
was
forgot
sick.
COVID's still a thing, actually.
Yeah, well, you know, COVID doesn't mean anything like it. I mean, it's just the flu now. I mean, I guess even the flu can be lethal, you know? Think about it. So
Yeah.
it's an endemic now. It's not a pandemic anymore. So yeah, it's, you know, been a decent week. Good weather. Can't complain there. Okay for work. And then it's been the roller coaster ride that it is Destiny this week. So, oh Lord, we'll get into that. But
yeah, you mentioned the weather. Yeah, it's been like really cold here. Like in the 30s. I think it was like 1.6 Celsius. And I put that in Discord, and I saw a couple people that were like, fuck Ohio, I ain't going there. So
that's
yeah,
0.6. What the hell does that mean?
Celsius. Yeah.
Elmer Fudd messaged me and said, hey, we've already got snow. I said, are you kidding me? I said, dude, I got to have a picture of the frozen beard. You know it. He goes, well, it's not that cold yet. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for it.
Oh boy. Yet.
But you guys were like up in the 80s, and then now you're in the 30s, right? You said the 30s before the show?
Yep.
Screw that.
Exactly.
Man. That sounds drafty. Am I right? That's cold, man. Anyway.
Okay. Move on.
It's
Move
been
on,
a,
you
it's been
fucking Floridians.
Well, tonight we have another brand new guest of the show. He's been in our community for a while now, but the one thing I remember about him is he won our big question of the month giveaway right before Lightfall, where we were giving away a deluxe copy and deluxe edition of Lightfall. And I'll never forget this. He said, hey man, I got Lightfall. I'm good. How about we just give it to charity? So I said, wow, okay. You know, he could have given it to anybody, but he gave it to charity instead. So that was, you know, that got my attention. We gave a $100 donation to Guardians Mental Health. So, and put it in his name. So that was awesome. And that name is NSRipsaw. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm actually doing really well. So thanks for asking. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I've been, I think Hazel can speak for Hazel here. We've been kind of wanting to hear what you're all about, man.
Definitely.
All right.
Well, on the show, sorry, we're talking all over each other. On the show, on the show today, we're going to hear NSRipsaw's Destiny story. We'll be testing his Twitch reflexes with our new and further improved fast fire question and answer segment we call, oh yeah, it's a speed run. Then since we have no TWID for the week, we all three are going to kind of have a little roundtable discussion of Bungie's woes this week, and kind of share the facts, share our opinions, maybe even a little bit of speculation. We'll see. But we'll also be answering questions for the show to our guests tonight. Also, we're going to have got some voicemails tonight we're going to listen to. And by the way, if you want to send us a voicemail, it's also called a speak pipe, by the way. Voicemail, speak pipe, same thing. You can go to our website, guardiandowncast.com, and on the right margin of your page, it says leave a voicemail or record a voicemail. So hit that tab, boom, enter it, press record in your gamer tag, hit send, easy weezy. Did I just say easy weezy? Easy peasy. Just that easy. So we're going to have that tonight as well. We have our Discord questions from our Discord community, and I think we have a numerous amount of those as usual. And then finally, before we go, we have a Scumdeath's Corner. So it's another jam-packed show tonight. So let's quit talking and let's roll. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or you can find us on our Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you. Or, you know what? Just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all of our contact information and where else you can find us to play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Man, don't or me. Hey, Guardians, while you're at it, follow our Guardian Downcast show playlist. We have it on Spotify and Apple Music. We post these links in our show description every week. So, check us out. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Oh, come on, man. Not the toddles again.
What's wrong with the toddles?
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can always edit it out.
Yeah, I'll edit it. Okay. Well, NSRipsaw, how you been, man? Been a decent week for you?
Yeah, it's been a decent week. I feel like that's a little understatement. It's been a good week. Just about halfway through my work week right now, and it's going pretty steady. And yeah, good weather. Can't complain. Everyone's healthy.
Good deal. Well, where do you hail from, sir, and what do you do for a living?
I'm in the Northeast, New England area, and I am a paramedic full time.
Oh, wow.
Well, there we go.
So it has been busy.
Oh, that's sad, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think your job is ever slow, is it?
There are days. Actually, the first, at least in our area, the first quarter of the pandemic was the slowest it's ever been.
Wow.
We had like 24 hours of like maybe going on like 3 or 4 calls. And for our area that when we typically average 50 a day, it was like a ghost town. No pun intended.
How long you been a paramedic?
14 years.
14 years, dude. Damn.
Nice.
That's a long time. So you got through the hump.
So.
You got through the hump. You got through the blood and all that stuff, and it doesn't bother you, huh?
No, that stuff doesn't bother me. It's unfortunately, you kind of get used to it. If you can get through like working the job in a busy system for a couple months, you can do the job. And that's usually what I tell people.
Good to know.
Yeah. A friend of mine, he's a firefighter, but he's also like an EMT trained firefighter. And he's like, I thought I was doing okay until, I wasn't. So I guess he came across a pretty horrific scene and was just like I can deal with anything. And then he quickly found out where his tolerance was and where it wasn't. So
yeah, that's the reason I asked that is my dad had a friend, a high school friend of his that became an undercover police officer, and the things he saw and told us he saw, he turned his badge and he couldn't do it. Just the most brutal stuff. And even suicides and all kinds of just crazy stuff, man.
We're gonna keep this a happy show. So
thank you for turning the boat around. Yeah, I was hoping Hazel would jump on it, but that's good.
I didn't know where the hell you were going with that, so Ripsaw, I was like,
Ripsaw grabbed that grenade and threw it away. Good man.
Oh yeah. Good deal. I mean, anyone out there wants to DM me and talk about stuff like that? Unfortunately, I will not shut up about it. Yeah. But there's a time and a place, so let's just move on.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ripsaw. What was one of your earliest video game memories?
Oh, wow. So probably when I'm like 3 or 4 years old, and this is like, again, very young, my grandfather, who was like a big hunter, and he bought the Nintendo Entertainment System for Duck Hunt.
Oh, wow.
And he could not. wait to get me to play it. No, he absolutely loved it. The dog that laughed at him every time, he would hysterically laugh at. So, and it was the cartridge that had Mario on it as well. So, funnily enough, funnily, is that a word? Funny enough? I don't know. But, you'll have to.
Like, fuck, I'm done. All right.
No, I'm done. I love that game, but I ended up playing Mario with my grandmother. So, nice. And then she got into gaming and kept me into it when I was in a very young age. We played, it was Mario and then Zelda. And the game that really got us was this game called Star Tropics. I'm not sure if you ever played it.
Yeah,
but
sounds familiar.
Yep.
You jumped around on these platforms and you hit things with a yo-yo. It was fun. And ever since then, I've just always been into gaming.
Very cool. That's unreal. Do your parents play or?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, see, my parents weren't gamers either. Okay. It was such a bummer.
Nice.
There have been times I would have loved to game with them, but NSRipsaw, how did you find Destiny, man?
I remember I think at the time I was really into Call of Duty, and it was the summer that Call of Duty Ghosts was on its way out. So it had already been out for a while, and that game kind of wasn't the best, but I remember the beta for Destiny coming out, and I was like, well, why not? Let's give this a shot. And I think it was in the D1 beta where you could get to like a certain level and you unlocked like, the perks. That skill tree was so much different than it is in D2.
Oh yeah.
But I started with a hunter, and when I found out you could blink, that was it.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest animation, and I was like, oh, I'm buying the game. And that was how it started.
Nice.
I hated Blink so much.
Dude, I've loved it ever since. I didn't even find out about it until after year one. But once I did, never looked back. So you're a Warlock main, I take it.
Oh, no. I am a Hunter. Hunter main.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Blink back then. Oh, okay. Blink shotguns. What a nightmare with Hunters. Oh,
you're welcome.
God. Yeah. I remember that now. I just brought up. Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah. PTSD.
Yeah,
there we go.
I'm getting PSD. I'm getting pissed.
PSD.
Yeah, I'm getting pissed.
That's great. That's going to be. It's going to be a lively show then.
I need to take a gummy. Oh, Jesus. All right.
It's going to be a long night. Buckle up.
Buckle up, folks.
All right. Well, Mr. Ripsaw, how are you enjoying or not enjoying Destiny right now?
I actually pretty much always enjoy Destiny. It's my year-round hobby. It's something that I can do no matter what the weather is. I mean, everything pretty much short of a power outage. So, and it's my biggest de-stressor. So,
nice.
No matter what's going on, there's always something in the game that I enjoy playing.
That's cool.
Yeah, there really is.
What have you been up to lately?
Oh, I've completely immersed myself back into Crucible and loving it.
Are you
surprisingly enough, you don't hear that a lot. Yeah, I absolutely.
Are you a decent player?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, as a callback.
But by the way he said, yeah, it's like,
what do you think?
Bitch.
It's like, what do you think, dude?
Like, yeah. Now, the real question is, are you on PC or console?
I'm on console. I'm on Xbox.
Okay.
A Series X one. So, the only thing that's really keeping me from switching to PC is I don't want to have to rebuy all my content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that completely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on PC and PS5 and it's double expensive. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not fun. That's for sure. Hazel, what do what have you been doing this week, man, in Destiny?
Nothing.
I actually did play this week. I know.
Well,
A lot of people didn't feel like playing this week, but I had already made commitments. So I played Crucible. Let me see. I played Crucible last night briefly with Princess and Warcry, but I played Thursday night. I played group Crucible night, and we played. I played comp with Warcry, and we got our qualifying matches done, Gold 3 again, and then Princess jumped in, just played a few games with us, and I'll tell you what, I told Princess, I said, you need to play more comp, because you were really good at comp. She went in there with a glaive. It must have been from the School of Monkey, but M-U-N-K, and they didn't have an answer for her. I loved it. She actually clutched one match. I thought we were done, and she clutched it and won the game for us in the final round. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So other than that, I'm trying to finish up my Festival of the Lost stuff because I've already committed. I'm on my alt account trying to get that memento. Did you get the memento? Did you end up getting it?
No, I haven't.
Not
I'm
yet.
still like, I don't know, like whatever it is. I have to do the headless thing.
Yeah, you're
trying to
working
remember
on
what
that.
it is.
It's the mask. It's the Tormentor mask.
Yeah, the Tormentor mask.
Yeah.
I still need 49 of those things.
That's exactly what I'm on too. On my alt account.
And I'm just like, it sucks that I haven't played all week, but
I mean, I don't blame anybody for not playing this week. But we'll get into that. But I tell you what, though, I did get the memento on my main account, and I had the biggest quandary.
where to use your one.
I couldn't find a weapon I wanted to put it on because it was just a black plain shader, really. I mean, it's a flat black look, and I like shiny lights and glare and gloss, and I ended up putting it on a sniper rifle, and I had two other weapons I put it on, but I couldn't find anything I really enjoyed putting it on.
You get 3 of them, or you had? 3
no,
of them?
I got 3. I earned 3 of them. You get them pretty easily, actually. As long as you get those Eerie Ingrams, and I get those Eerie Ingrams about every other haunted lost sector. They drop them pretty frequently. But, and the key is, I guess I heard this from, I'm trying to remember who I heard it from, one of the YouTubers, and they said always to claim the random one on the left. That gives you the best chance of getting a memento to drop in. I got 3 of them. So I've got 1 to spare. I don't know what to put it on yet, but I put 1 on a sniper rifle. It was my beloved. It looks like a real tactical sniper rifle now, and then, my other one, I can't remember what I put it on. Anyway, doesn't matter, but it's just a very flat black shader, and it's just like the opposite. It's like the antithesis of every other memento out there. And it threw me off. I think I put it on a bow or something, but yeah, I couldn't find anything to put it on that I liked. And I tried a lot. I have a lot of crafted weapons. I went through a lot of them. I was like, nope, I like my one better. Nope. So even though that's the case, I still, just to finish it, I just still want to get the momentum on my alt account, and then I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore. So.
Do you have this, Ripsaw?
I do. I got the first one from the quest, and I put that on my round robin hand cannon.
Oh, I've seen that.
Because
and that looks so good on there.
It's because it has streaks in it, right? It has those glow streaks.
Well, I do like that. It does not go solid black. It has those streaks on the side, which I was actually, like, when you were talking just now, I was like, I'm surprised you didn't put it on the Philotactic, the Neomuna pulse rifle.
I did try to put it on my favorite pulse rifle. Hold please. It's the, I'm on my alt account. I can't even look it up. The pieces, the one from, Battlegrounds.
Peace of mind.
Rapid
Peace
fire.
of mind, yeah.
Peace of mind. That's my favorite pulse rifle right now. That thing's a dart, man. But I put it on there. I was like, I already had the Vanguard memento on. I was like, it doesn't look better. This looks like a plain gun. I didn't even think about that. I might do that. Yeah, I've got that. I don't have that one crafted, actually. Now that I think about it. That's the high impact, pulse, right? From Neomuna.
don't know if it's a high
Still a tactic? I think it's a high
Yes.
impact.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the pulse. I haven't got enough red bars yet to get it crafted. It's on my list. Anyway, so yeah, that was my quandary. I got the memento. I was like, wow, I thought this would look a lot better on some of these weapons, and they just didn't. So yeah, but that's been my week, man. I mean, it's been kind of hard to play, but I already committed, to our community. I committed to Warcry on Thursday, and I jumped in and played some with the community on Wednesday. I'm sorry, I played comp with Wednesday with Warcry, and Thursday night I played a little bit of regular Crucible. And I must say it was pretty enjoyable. I don't know if that's because nobody was around. I mean, all the sweaty players were just like, I'm out. And it was a lot of casual players online. So I don't know. I can't explain it, but yeah, that's been my week pretty much. Well,
All right.
NSRipsaw, as I get to my notes here. Why game, man? What is it about video gaming that you enjoy the most?
Well, I think I kind of went into it, where it's kind of always been my stress relief. Back in college, we used to have, like LAN parties and playing Halo 2.
Nice.
So there's that. And throughout the years, it's always been the thing that I've come to after, a long day or something like that. So, and so, like I said, it's always there. And, if I can't sleep, I can pop in a game, play for a little bit. And, it's an activity I can do, when I have my random days off. Cause, like I said, my job it's a 24/7 job. So my schedule is what I call just a controlled chaos. So,
are you 4 on 3 off?
I am 4 on 4 off, and it's
okay.
2 day shifts followed by 2 overnight shifts.
I see.
So, I work 6 to 6.
Wow.
But day shifts go by pretty quick, and the night shifts, we are allowed to sleep after a certain point if the call volume allows.
Right.
Doesn't usually happen though.
Have you ever had to wake up out of a dead sleep and jump right on the pole and go? Do you have poles still? Do you still have the down poles? Or is it just one?
No. We are not a fire department, so we do not have the poles. We like to
okay.
we like to kind of playfully, rib into our local fire department guys and say that they like to work the pole.
See, the reason I asked that is the paramedics here are assigned to a fire department. The city.
Yeah.
They don't do that there.
Actually, my cousin works as a paramedic down in Florida, and he was on a private service as well as a fire department, and it depends on the county and what contract they have with the city.
I got you.
I'm sure. So,
yeah.
I used to be on a volley service, and that was part of a fire department and doing the EMT stuff through that, but things change.
Very good. I had a couple community questions, Hazel, but did you have anything else you wanted to ask him before we get to our signatures?
No, I know you've got your questions that you ask him,
Yeah, well, okay. I'll just ask him, how did you originally find our community in NSRipsaw?
So, pretty much I was looking for a podcast originally. Let me just rewind a little bit here. Yeah. I never listened to podcasts at all. And then my wife got into her murder mystery podcasts, and we always listened to those on long car rides. And I was like, yeah, this is something that I could get into. Keeps me up, either after a long shift or before, getting up really early. So I was looking for a podcast that could at least just tell me what the TWAB was, because I didn't ever want to read it myself. I was like, I have about 30-minute ride to and from work. I was like, I just want someone to read me the TWAB. So I looked up Destiny podcasts, and I remember Guardian Downcast was one of the top ones like, it was one of the, I don't know, there's like 6 options. I can't remember what they all were, but I don't know. I just liked the name and I clicked on it, and you said that you're 2 dads. And at the time I was a new dad. So I was like, oh, these guys are going to connect with me. You know, they're dads and they like Destiny and they doing a podcast. So I listened to it and I immediately just started chuckling. I was like, instantly follow.
I love it, man. That's awesome. That always feels good.
And then, you know, listen to you guys for, I think, like 2 episodes before I was like, oh, I definitely need to be in their clan.
I like it. I'm sorry. I don't think I've gamed with you yet, but we're across 3 clans, so sometimes we don't see each other.
I know he's been in scrims.
Oh, absolutely.
I have not been in scrims, actually.
You haven't?
I didn't think I gamed with
I signed up for scrims, but I misread what time it was. I thought it was like 11 p.m. Eastern time on a certain date, and it was actually the next day or the day before. So I logged in being like, I was so amped up for scrims. I was like, yes, finally I get to test my mettle against these other, you know, Guardian Downcasters. That's, by the way, I just made that term up. And
I like it.
And
I actually do.
I logged in and I'm like, there's no one here. I went into Discord and they're like, dude, that was yesterday. It's like,
we missed you.
I was completely defeated.
We get no shows.
I have, I think I've done a couple dungeons with Hazel and a couple GMs. And I played 1 or 2 matches with Todd during Iron Banner, but I had no mic because I was at work.
Oh, okay. All right. Then maybe. Okay.
It kind of counts. I mean, I was quote unquote physically there, but I was typing to you via your YouTube stream, which is always delayed.
Oh, it is.
And I remember hearing through the screen, I'm shooting over your shoulder, man. And I'm like, I'm already dead.
Yeah, the delay is brutal. I can set a faster, I'll just start doing that. I'll just start doing a faster.
Well, don't change anything for my delay, unique situation.
The thing that's good about the delay is you get stream snipers when you're playing comp and stuff. And it's so delayed that people don't see it in time anyway, but I don't think I have to worry about that. I'm not good enough to worry about stream snipers, but let me just apologize then if you played Iron Banner with me, because I'm sure you heard a lot of cussing and that's bullshit, and that's usually what I say. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There's no way he shot me. No way. And I'm like, do you hear yourself, Gator? Do you hear yourself talking? Anyway.
Oh, I thought that was me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. We just become best friends. Yes. All right. Well, I do have to ask this of you. I ask this of all of our guests, and that is, do you do bounties?
Sometimes, yes, I do.
That's a yes. I can tell by the disgusted sound.
See,
I do.
No, he's trying not to piss Hazel off, and he's trying to be Gator's good grace.
Oh, I have no qualms about pissing Hazel off.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love this. It's gonna be fun tonight.
Well, let's put it this way. I have no qualms about pissing anybody off, and please don't hold back on my behalf. I thrive on this kind of stuff, but I just love it. It's fun.
Yeah, you picked the right show for that tonight. Yeah. Anyway.
What is it about bounties you like, out of curiosity? Is it just make number go up kind of thing?
Do you play solo a lot too?
I almost exclusively play solo, unfortunately, and
Gator's gonna start some shit with
this.
That's all I've asked him. That's all I ask him, Hazel.
No, like I said, is my usual game time is I'm on, the East Coast, so on my days off, it'll be like a random Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday, and at like noon. So that's when I'm logging in, and there's not very many people playing at that time. I think I've seen a couple of UK people on, but even then it's rare to see other people on. So I usually just play solo. I think I've played with Raffi a few times during the day. But yeah, I don't like doing bounties. It literally has to match my loadout, which is 100% of the time I'm rocking a hand cannon. I shouldn't say 100%, like 98% of the time. The 2% that's the champions can't be stunned by a hand cannon, then I sulk in the corner and pick up a different weapon.
I like this guy.
Well, I mean, they got that buff too. So now, they're actually viable in PvE.
Yes, I just saw that. They buffed them finally.
So yeah,
yeah,
super nice.
Yeah, against miners, they actually do some damage now. Yeah.
It's not a 4-shot.
God, those are so brutal. Unless it was in Crimson's, man. Oh my God. Have you used the Crimson lately? In PvE, it's just like prep, dead, prep. I mean, it's amazing, that gun. Anyway.
I have not.
You ought to
PvE, I've been using my Fatebringer.
Were you trying to stay alive?
I use a real gun. Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that's it is a good point though.
It's amazing, man. I used to that gun saved my life so many times when I was learning raids back in Destiny 1 and early Destiny 2. Leviathan, I used it a ton. Anyway, all right.
But you're not a fan of the get good methodology. You're just a fan of the cheese it method.
Use what you want and don't apologize, right, Emerald Nips?
No, it's like what you like. Don't apologize.
Exactly.
I mean, I shouldn't say I'm surprised because Crimson is essentially a pulse rifle.
But guess what? It's coming soon. The Red Death is coming.
Soon?
Well, soonish. The Red Death.
Oh, you didn't hear they redacted that?
What? No.
Yeah, they had to trim. They had to trim.
No. That never. Just let's move on.
That one guy that was working on that pushed for that.
Carl's working.
Carl.
Oh no.
Gone.
Oh no. We jest, but it's not a joke. Let's get to.
Well, we don't know if Carl actually,
he's still watching Gambit, I'm sure. All right, let's do some signature
questions. They forgot about him because he's on Gambit.
Yeah, he's under the radar, man. He's a smart guy. Anyway, let's do some signature questions, Hazel, before we move on to the speed run here.
Oh man, yeah, I'm just in tears over here laughing at poor Carl. He's dodging like Pete Parsons, like he's in the Matrix.
He's doing bullet time,
bitch.
man. Yeah, he's doing bullet time. Yeah. He's like going backwards like Neo right now.
Yeah, he's like I'm on Gambit duty and you can't see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Pete thinks he thinks that they already canned Gambit. So
maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Stormcrow. And Tilted Tim. And yeah. Sorry. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Love y'all.
Gambit lovers.
So, Mr. Ripsaw.
Yes.
Do you have any other hobbies besides gaming?
I do actually, and if you were to ask my wife, she would say that I'm a hobbyist and I have too many, and I continuously pick up more. So, it's become a seasonal thing. Like I have different hobbies for different seasons. Summer is fishing and like water sports and stuff like that. I like to smoke up food. And for those of you who are like true barbecue fans out there, sorry, I cheat. I've got a pellet smoker. But yeah.
It still counts. It
still tastes really good.
That's why I'm saying it still counts.
Yeah. Winter, I like to snowboard. Spring is usually just indoor stuff and house projects. But right now it is hunting season, and I'm actually a really big hunter around here. So
man,
I've been outside a lot.
Jeez.
Oh, don't get me started.
Bet you the deer are huge up there. Oh my God. They got to survive those winters, man. Get some big thick coats and anyway. You and Fluffy should talk because Fluffy loves snowboarding too. He does it with his whole family. It's awesome.
Mm.
Fluffy thinks me from Potato Thumbs podcast.
Oh, I'll definitely reach out.
He's a good guy. Okay. Well, NSRipsaw. Dude, what's up with the gamer tag?
So, this actually goes back into my hobby of snowboarding. But long story short, back in high school, my, screen name was literally just Snowboard 2014. That's when we all used AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, for all you youngins.
Oh my God, you're yourself. That's okay.
I love it.
I'm much older.
AIM was awesome. It was awesome.
Love it. Absolutely love aging myself. So that's just great. But my first gamer tag, when I had got my first Xbox Live, when that service honestly just went live, was a K2 Nemesis 162, and that was the make and model of my snowboard plus the size in centimeters.
Oh.
So then I had that snowboard for like 12, 13 years or something like that, and I finally got a new one, and it was a Never Summer Ripsaw 162 centimeters. So NS for Never Summer Ripsaw.
I would have never guessed
Nice.
that. Nice. I like that.
I'm sure Fluffy just heard it and goes,
oh, yeah, the Ripsaw.
well, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I got 5 of those. That is awesome, man. That's why I love this. That's why I love this show, man. I love hearing about people's lives. It's so cool.
Yep.
All right, Hazel. I'll go out if you don't mind. If you want to ask
sure.
yours. All right.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Snowboarder himself, do you have a motto or mantra or a couple of them that you like?
I do have a couple, and who was on recently? It was I think it was 2 weeks ago. I'm having a brain fart here.
2 weeks ago.
Yoka? I think it was a UK fella.
Yoka.
Oh yeah, Heyoka. Yeah,
Heyoka. That's right.
He's the psychiatrist. Or
yes,
for the end.
I think one of his was just don't be a dick. So I heard him say that, and I was like, mother effer, I was going to say that. That was one of mine. I'm going to just tip my hat to him and say, I agree. So that's one of them. And the other one is something my grandfather told me, and we're so busy looking for what's coming or looking ahead that we don't enjoy the now, like what's happening presently.
Man, and
nice.
It's like, I don't know. I feel like the modern version of that is just like, go touch grass. But
yeah,
really, it really hits home and I fall for it all the time, is I get so caught up in, what do I got to do next week? What are the chores I have to do? Bills I have to pay. And then sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go take a walk outside.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
I love it. So that's the mantra. As
you get older,
I like it.
As you get older, you reflect a lot more on your life, and you definitely want to slow things down. So you want to live in the now. It just totally makes sense. Yeah.
Yep. And then you find yourself doing a podcast with an asshole who keeps going, it's going to change in like 2 years, man. 2 years.
I know. I don't know why I keep podcasting with you. I don't know why I keep saying that every week. You said asshole. Sorry. I was thinking it was the other way around. Anyway,
hey, what?
Nothing.
Am I talking to myself?
No, you're definitely not doing that. All right. I always love this question because I never know what answer's coming. And I know you should never ask a question unless you know the answer, right? But I don't care. NSRipsaw, what is one thing about you that maybe our community might not know about you, man?
Oh man, I actually brought this up to my wife earlier. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to answer this question, because like I could go the easy route and just be like, hey, I've got, these hobbies and, list off, 16 different things. But I don't know. I guess like some random tidbit of information I'm going to go with is that back in high school, I was part of the concert band. And in our hometown, that doubled as the marching band for parades and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was in percussion. So towards my senior year, they had me on quad toms where you have the 4 drums in front of you. And I was in charge of the tempo. So towards the end of the parade, when other, paradees got out of the band's way, I like quadrupled the tempo and had the entire marching band sprinting down the road because I was done and I had to I was like, no, I'm done. It's hot. And it was hysterical. I had like 100 people just sprinting down this road and I was just like giggling. Like,
did the drum mate look at you funny?
Oh no, because I was in charge. There was no. I was the person. I was the senior in high school, and they're like, I guess we're doing this now. And I just remember the people behind me just laughing their ass off. And I get to the end, and the band instructor, the actual teacher, she goes, Wes, which is my first name, by the way. Why?
Those poor band instructors, man, they don't get paid enough. I swear to God, they don't. The shit they have to deal with trying to teach kids how to play music.
And mind you, like, I had a good rapport with him. I had a good relationship with this teacher. For 4 years in high school, I'd been kind of not a thorn in his side, but every now and then I would remind him that I was there and I got a cheeky side. So he just looked at me and goes, why? And I kind of like just looked over my shoulder, and everyone's like having a good time, like talking. And then like some of them are out of breath being like, yelling at me, like, why would you do that? I'm like, do you see how funny that is?
if
everyone's having a good time. Like, there's no spectators anymore.
Yeah,
like,
true. Yeah.
Like, they all had a good time. And he was like, all right. But that was just a really cool memory of me just messing with like an entire group of people. And I don't think I could get away with that ever again.
Yeah.
Times are definitely different nowadays.
Yeah. Fellow concert band and a marching band player here as well. And the beat is life, man. Whatever the beat is, you have to go to the beat. It's compulsory. It's something your body does because if you're a musician, you're used to tempos, and you can't help but go the tempo. Wow. That's pretty cool. That I guarantee you though, if you go back to your high school reunion, that band instructor will remember you just for
I hope
stuff
so.
like that. Yeah. Nice.
And the rest of the band people will too.
They will. Exactly. Probably still cussing you out. Damn it, Wes. Yeah. Why'd you have to do that? I stubbed my toe that day.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I dropped the cymbal on my foot, man. Well, NSRipsaw, thank you, brother, for sharing your life with us tonight, man.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. It is time for the speed run. Bell is still sitting top that mountain. We'll see what happens right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Ginseng Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, listeners, this segment is called the Speed Run. This is where we have a database of over 600 possible questions for our guest. And NSRipsaw is going to have 2 minutes to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2023 Speedrun Champion. The questions are custom curated by me, so no one can memorize the order, and just quickly answer what comes to mind. Tonight I'm going to read out the questions from my list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. So in the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. And if I mumble or stumble or do things that I usually do, Hazel will adjust for that as well. Toll the Bell is our current leader, still with 53 questions answered. So NSRipsaw, ready to do this?
Oh yeah, man. I'm ready.
Hazel, 2 minutes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Hunter.
Soda or pop?
Soda.
Void, solar arc, or stasis?
Stasis.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Maine.
Strand, yes or no?
Yes.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller.
Shotgun or sniper?
Sniper.
Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit?
Crucible.
Are you an AMC Stubbs member?
No.
Controller or mouse and keyboard?
Controller again.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Peter Dinklage.
Bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Human.
Flawless GM or flawless trials?
Flawless trials.
Is Scum Death your uncle?
Always.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Earth.
Favorite color?
Green.
Have you ever been to the lighthouse?
Yes.
What's your best sandwich?
Meatballs.
What what armor slot do you use as an exotic?
Helmet.
Bungie or Bungo?
Bungie.
Ikora, Cater Zavala.
Cade.
Chaos Reach or Thunder Crash?
Thunder Crash.
What number am I thinking of?
6.
UFC or WWE?
WWE.
What's your favorite word?
Shit.
Destiny 2 seasonal events, yes or no?
Yes.
What's the one thing you own that needs to be thrown out?
Choose.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Retail.
Hand cannon or pulse rifle?
Hand cannon.
Do you have a tattoo?
Yes.
Taken King or Forsaken?
Forsaken.
Favorite drink?
Beer.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Solo or fire team?
Solo.
Gas, electric, or diesel?
Yes.
Can you drive a stick shift?
Yes.
Xbox, PC, or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
Favorite music genre?
Metal.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
College football or NFL?
NFL.
Metal or pop?
Metal.
Beard or clean shaven?
Beard.
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
King Kong or Godzilla?
Godzilla.
Fashion or function?
Function.
Precision or spray and pray?
Precision.
Raids or dungeons?
Dungeons.
Do you play Iron Banner?
Yes.
What's your lucky number? Oh. What's your lucky number?
12.
Damn. You were cruising, man. You were cruising.
Damn it.
I don't
know how many I got.
It was going so fast. I don't know what the number is, so I'm going to rely on Hazel here. By the way, the number I was thinking of was 22. Just so you know. Just so you know. Hazel, how do you do, man?
Do you know what number I was thinking of?
I don't know. That's okay. I'm good.
53?
Fuck you too, then.
Oh, I thought you were going to be a smartass about it. I thought you were going to say 69 or 420 or something.
Well, no, I was going to say the number. I was going to be smooth about it. But damn.
Oh.
Well, shit, man.
We'll say it again.
Well, fine. I'm just going to say it then. 51.
Oh, number. Shit. Sorry. Damn, it's so close.
Come on. Oh,
So
that was
close.
good, though.
2 away.
That was a good attempt.
That was really good.
Man.
I know. I dropped the ball on that one.
I even gave like an extra question there. I was like,
I was running out of breath. I was trying to take a breath between questions because I was trying to ask him his question. Dude, that was really good. That is a.
How did he get so many?
I don't know, man. I don't know. He did. I think, I swear, I know probably 5% is connection and how quickly you can hear the question versus how when I release it from my voice. So
And
I think that has
I kind of want to slap him with a pancake.
Well, dude,
I'll allow it.
Yeah, there you go. That's a silver finish, dude. Nice job. You were number 2. You were number 2, man. 51. That's impressive.
Cheers, brother.
Good job, man. That was fun.
shit.
I know, man.
I mean that in a good way.
I know. Great job, Bill. Yay. That's what I meant to say. Shit, I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it, guys. Hey, I've got a
Don't
question.
you dare.
I've got a question for all you listeners out there. You have a great speedrun question for our speedrun segment for next year? If that's a yes, join our Discord and enter them in our speedrun question ideas channel. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll add them to next year's speedrun. Just remember, they need to be yes or no, 1 or 2 word answers. Either or questions will also be accepted. And the one long form question I love is, what's your favorite? I need more of those, guys. Come on. At the end of the year, we're going to have 2 drawings for a $25 gift card of your choice. And you can enter up to 5 questions to go into the drawing. You can add extra ones, by the way, if you like to. We'll take those for free. We need some creative questions out there, guys, so let's hear them, and good luck. Also, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far in our little show here, and you know someone who plays Destiny, do us a favor. Could you share the show with them? All our links are in the show description right down there, pointing downward in the show notes. And we appreciate you. All right, so that means it's time for this week.
And who's playing Zelda?
In Destiny.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hello, this is Admiral Nips from Potato Thumbs Podcast. You're listening to Guardian Downcast. And while your state sucks, you're still probably a pretty decent person.
Well, actually, there is no this week in Destiny, but Destiny did post a little article for us, and man, what a rough week. It has been a roller coaster this week, and it all started on Monday. We started to get we started to get a little tweet storm from employees that said, listen, I just got laid off. So, Hazel, you got all the facts here. Let's start with that, man. What do we know concrete wise? What's been going on, man?
So, this is the sequel to Bungie's No Good, Very Bad Week. And the first part here is basically that approximately 8%, or roughly 100 people, were let go of Bungie this week. From Liana, the community manager, to the head of the community manager group, to Michael Salvatore, and I forget his name. I think Michael Seacrest.
Yeah, that was
two of the people that do the music for this. So it's kind of groundbreaking stuff, because we've never, this hasn't happened in Bungie land. So those are the facts, basically. And what I consider facts are basically things that have been said by multiple sources out, not just one source, but just multiple people and that kind of thing. So those are the facts there. Aside from that, there has been a lot of leaks and things that sort of like a scorched earth policy almost with people that were let go. And it's just trying to keep it short here, but so this is the unconfirmed portion here. But so basically, the people that were let go, originally there was speculation that it was because Bungie was trying to save money from having to pay out for the $1.2 billion for that. And then today, I think that came out that there was somebody on the Bungie side that said that no, that actually $1.2 million or billion dollars is already gone. Yeah. That went to buy back the stock. So again, I mean, we don't exactly know like the details about this. There was also talk that, that Bungie should have, tried to look at like, cutting salaries and bonuses and things like this. And then today it came out that yes, Bungie is doing those things as well. So, I mean, nobody knows exactly what the hell's going on necessarily. So far, the one thing that has been confirmed is that, this is not Sony's fault, is what pretty much the consensus is. Nobody is blaming Sony for this, putting pressure on them. One thing that, is partially to blame at this is going to be Bungie and the upper management there, basically, because apparently, due to waning interest in Destiny 2, that basically Bungie was 45% under revenue goals for where they thought they would be. So, yeah, it's definitely rough right now. So basically, I mean, if everything that we've heard is true, that, Bungie, losing all of this headcount, not to throw stones, but I'm going to throw a stone real quick here, Bungie choosing to keep the quote unquote right people.
That was painful.
Yeah, you dumb son of a bitch. It's like, come on, Pete Parsons. Come on.
Pete needs for real. To just be a CEO and fade back into the background and be quiet, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have a community team to censor him.
Exactly.
I mean, there
Cosmo and Bruno, I think it's all that's left of the CMs, right?
I think that's what I don't exactly know. I don't have the full list of everybody that was let go, but I mean, I mean, like some of the people I like follow on Twitter, Nix, and it's just absurd to me that, I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, and then you just see, I mean, Michael Salvatore and that, so
yeah.
I mean, it's just a pretty rough situation. I mean, I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I mean, the one thing that did come out, and it was basically like something that internally has been announced-ish, according to speculation, is that the final shape is going to be delayed approximately 4 months to June.
Right. And still Bungie has not confirmed that.
Bungie has not said anything besides the fact that they have 650 people working on the final shape.
Yeah, it was their article they posted, yeah.
The other thing is that, hey, your boy was right. I just want to give a shout out to myself. For Marathon. It was supposed to come out next year.
Yeah, I thought it was 2024 as well. I thought it was going to be September. Like a fall release. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, they ended up pushing it to 2025. And then there's further speculation that Bungie brought in a bunch of Tarkov players to play it. And then they asked the pointed question of, would you like to play this? And they all said no. Nobody
raised their hand. Now, let's keep in mind.
Now, again, this
context.
Is all speculation. Yes. This is, this could be people that are
alpha. I mean, there was a lot of stuff we don't know about that playtest.
I think it's further along than that. I mean, but
okay.
I don't know. I mean, but that's the thing though, is this is all unconfirmed. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll never hear about this, pretty much unless, Jason Schreier puts another book out.
True. That'd be years and years later. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But throughout all of it, though, there has been no talk of Destiny 3, no talk of what's to come after, things along those lines. So unconfirmed stuff, again, the final shape is being pushed out to June. Marathon is 2025, allegedly. Mm-hmm. Allegedly. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That's pretty much the key points. Anything that I missed, you think, or you feel?
I've got some other stuff too, but I think we'll just get into it as we dive into this, because this is probably going to be a major rabbit hole. But that's why we have time to do it today, since we don't have a TWAB. But I just wanted Ripsaw to put his 2 cents in. I'm going to give him the talking stick. And anything you want to comment on, Ripsaw?
So. Full disclosure, I am not a Bungie shill, but I am a Destiny shill.
Gotcha.
I enjoy this game. This game is a product. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are angry at this take, but they have to keep their company afloat in order to keep this game and this product ongoing. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit here, but I'm not negating that what happened to these employees was awful and sad, because that is absolutely 100% the case, in my opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people agree with me, but they are still a business. And depending on which article you look at, and again, this is kind of speculation, there was rumors that had Bungie not been acquired by Sony, they would have had to close their doors.
Yeah.
That means everyone's out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, everyone's yelling. And again, I even broke my own rule on this. This kind of goes back into maybe a motto, a mantra, but avoid Reddit if you like something.
Excuse me, Reddit is a fine institution with popular opinion and facts.
I have my own rule, and I used to go on Reddit all the time and look up all the posts about, what's happening in Destiny. And then I found myself just feeling negative, and I just don't need that negativity in my life. So I stopped doing it until this week. And then sure enough, I go onto a Destiny post and argue about something about unions with some random stranger, and had nothing to do with what I actually wanted to talk about. So that's why I don't do it. So,
yeah, I've been there.
It was a complete disaster, but
I lost a lot of karma.
I'm sure I did.
I tried it.
Yeah, this fictional number on a
exactly
virtual site.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have no. Again, I'm not sure if this.
I still swear Hazel took karma
but
from me. I think he downvoted mine and took karma from me purposely. I think you can't prove it.
I don't even know how to take karma from somebody.
I don't even care anymore.
But,
sorry, go ahead.
But at the end of the day, is if we are fans of the game, we're going to keep playing it because we enjoy the game. And if we're just fans of the company, well, there's still people working there. So you're kind of on this weird double-edged sword of, well, I'm going to speak with my wallet. I'm not going to buy anything. Well, all the people who are still employed there need that money. So what do you do?
Yeah.
So speak with whatever it is you want to speak with. But if you like the game, play it. And if there's something in it, like, if you want to spend money on cosmetics, man, like, I know this is a huge debate, like, again, online is what people spend their money on. People bought masks for silver. I'm like, you know what? You do you.
I'm raising my hand. I bought masks for silver. Punish me.
Again, is if I wanted to go out and buy shots for an entire bar and blow hundreds of dollars, that's my decision. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get any return on that investment. Everyone's going to drink it away and be like, hey, thanks, buddy, and then peace out because I don't know anybody. Mm-hmm. If I want to spend $10 on a mask in a video game because it makes me happy, then it makes me happy.
Yep.
So I think people should just do them on that. And again, I'm going down a weird rabbit hole. I've had 10,000 tangents to go off.
We're all going to do it tonight, so don't worry about it.
So, and absolutely, it sucks for those employees who lost their jobs. I feel for them. I wish I could help them. I did my best. I bought the content. I have supported this game since literally day one, and that's the only thing I can do.
Yep.
There's really nothing else I can say of, oh, they shouldn't have fired them like that. Well, again, it's a business. It's a corporation, and they have to meet deadlines and criteria and projections and stuff that I honestly have no clue about.
Yeah.
It's a completely different world. Mm-hmm. And if this product wants to continue, the company has to continue.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's where I'm going to end it.
Well said. Hazel, do you want to...
What about you?
You want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
The problem with my job is I can spend hours just by myself in my thoughts, and my mind starts spiraling with all this news I hear. And I'm trying to think, how did it come to this? How did we get to this point? And I'm thinking, okay, from the Sony point of view, I'm thinking, okay, Jim Ryan's retiring this year, quitting, resigning. He's retiring. And he's got one more big corporate bonus coming, right? And I'm thinking they just had this big litigation fiasco with the Microsoft buyout with Activision. Probably spent a little bit of money on that. And I'm thinking Jim went to his Sony America division and said, listen, accountants, we got to start cutting expenses. Wherever you can find it, cut. And I think they went through all of their subsidiary companies, started going through them with a fine-tooth comb. And let's face it, the more profit they show to the stockholders, and at the end of the year, the bigger the bonus for Jim Ryan, right? It's sad, but it's probably true. It's all coming down to money. And remember, I'm looking at it from Sony's point of view here. And then they look at big old fat Bungie over here. All of these new hires, they started with 2 guys in Chicago in a 1-bedroom apartment, and they have been skyrocketing in growth ever since. And now, they've redone this movie theater in, let's face it, Seattle, suburb of Seattle, which cannot be cheap. And now they just spent $100 million, I think I heard. But we have to remember the time thing here is they did this during the pandemic or right before the pandemic. So I think this was all in motion before, but I'm getting off on a tangent. Stay focused, Todd. So I'm thinking Sony probably made that old call to Pete Parsons and said, listen, bud, we're not going to cut expenses, but you're going to have to do something here, buddy. And I'm not defending Pete. Please understand. I'm just looking at it from Sony's point of view here. Pete hears this news and has meetings and Zoom meetings with all his upper management, says, hey man, we don't run things anymore. And I still think to this day that Sony had something to do with at least part of this, at least set the ball rolling here. And that's my personal opinion. I think because Bungie now that they're a subsidiary company that they have to make concessions. If Sony says indirectly or directly, jump, they got to ask how high. Now I'm looking at it from Bungie's point of view. I'm thinking from Bungie's point of view, if Sony was not involved, they're thinking, man, our sales are way down. Nobody's buying stuff at Eververse. We're bleeding money. We're going to be out of funds before Final Shape even comes out. So we got to cut staff. We got to guarantee that we even make it to the Final Shape. And just because I own a company, payroll is a big portion of expenses for a business. It's usually 35 to 50% of a company's expenses. It's a lot. So where are they going to go to cut expenses? They're going to have to go to their highest expense. Instead of, maybe auditing all of the departments of Bungie and trying to make efficiencies or trying to cost cut little things here and there, which does take more time and salary as well for someone to do that. I think the easiest thing for them to do is to lay people off. I did a little research of history of Bungie here, and I don't think they've ever had a massive layoff in this company. It's been nothing but hiring and growth. And I think it just has finally come to a head where that might be the case. Whatever situation, whether it's from Sony's end or Bungie's end, I don't know exactly how it happened. I don't think we'll ever know. I think both companies are at fault here. I think Bungie's management probably misallocated the funds. And I think Sony they've been cutting everything. They've been cutting all of their divisions this year. And speaking of that, one thing we haven't even addressed here, 6,000 jobs have been lost in this gaming industry this year alone. Telltale Games, Twitch, Naughty Dog, Team 17, Epic Games lost 800 jobs, Blizzard, Roblox, Crystal Dynamics, Gearbox, Blackbird Entertainment, Interactive, Niantic, Embracer Group, Ubisoft, Unity, Take-Two, EA lost 6% of their people this year. Bethesda, they were all high and mighty about their game. They lost 95 people this year. BioWare, GameSpot, Riot Games lost 46. NetEase, the game you're playing right now, Cyberpunk, did you know they lost 9% of their workforce? They lost over 100 people from their studio this year. Microsoft, 10,000. It's just everybody's shedding extra payroll, but I think Bungie's not exempt. I think the whole industry is going through an adjustment right now. If you think about it, 2020 during the pandemic, people were losing their jobs. People were trying to figure out how to keep their house. They were trying to put food on the table, right? Well, the entertainment and tech sector, they were hiring up jobs. It was a good time for them because guess what people were doing when they stayed home and were furloughed? They were watching TV or playing video games or doing stuff with digital entertainment. And I think what's happening now is that everything is dying back down to the normal times now. I think the industry as a whole is I think this is an adjustment. I was talking to my son tonight and he goes, yeah, Dad, the whole tech sector is having major adjustments right now. Everybody is skimming back and being more efficient. And like I said, I just don't think Bungie's exempt here. I think this is part of a bigger industry-wide problem right now. All right. I've talked enough. Hazel, what do you think, man?
So, okay, there's two things here. One is I actually, when all this shit was going down, I was like, like the sky is falling and everything else. And it took me back to when I was 13 years old. Okay. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it took me back to when I was 13 years old. Okay. The Cincinnati Reds were 66-48. I'd been to like 3 games that season. I mean, we all, like the whole city, the whole state even had just visions of us all going to the World Series and everything else. Do you know what happened?
What happened?
The strike.
Oh, that's right. The player strike.
Yep. And that was the first time that I realized that like baseball players played for money. They didn't just play because they liked the game.
Right.
And like for me, it was like this thing where it was like a betrayal of my trust. And that's the feeling that I had with this, because it's like, I mean, we all know Bungie, they've got all these different groups and they they care about their people and all this and that and the other thing. But this to me was just a betrayal of that trust. And I understand that, it might be the industry, self-correcting and things like this, but it just still doesn't feel good to be part of that, And pretty much like the best take that I've heard on this is from a cool guy. And he's like, the Bungie player or the Destiny players are in a lose-lose situation right now. And it's either one, we either, cancel our pre-orders and do some stuff like that. Or two, we keep playing the game, keep buying the stuff and that kind of thing. And if we do that, then that means that we condone the behavior.
Right.
So it's just really again, it just feels like a betrayal of trust. It's like, well, how much of this is actually Bungie doing the right thing in regard to their groups that they do and that, and how much of it is just pandering at this point? Is it just window dressing? Is that really who they are? Are they just another company like everybody else trying to make profits? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just that was just my thought to it, was just that Bungie is now just become a corporation. They're just trying to make money and they're going to lose headcount and stuff like that. Because to me, the part that really struck me is, so I'm going through classes for fucking data analytics. And I'm going over the projections piece, and I'm like, how the fuck are you off by 45%?
Yeah, that's a big number.
I mean,
I have a theory, but go ahead.
Well, it's negligence. That's the only answer.
Let's see that figure. What's your figure? Was it reasonable? Were you guys being too pompous? And think about it too, Hazel. You're pumping yourself up for that big buyout, right, from Sony last year. So you probably are promising all these great sales figures, right, for next year?
Yeah, but Gator, that's a problem.
Oh, I didn't say it was good. I just said I think that's the situation we're in here about the 45%. I mean,
but see, doesn't that make you feel even worse then?
It does.
I mean, that's then you're supporting fraud. I see we could say that, but yeah, I mean, that's the slippery slope there. Yeah. So it's well, hey, I've heard that argument too. And I'm like, well, that's fraud. Right. So, I mean, to me, I know how they found that number. I in my heart of hearts, I know how they found it. They took the data from previous years and they saw you can find out how much it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's easy to do. You find out, how much each expansion sold for, mm-hmm. and then the revenue from that, do some maths. There you go. Yeah. And then with Lightfall, it was the highest mm-hmm. expansion, the highest selling expansion mm-hmm. that they've ever had. Right. So it just sucks that it was marketed in a way where it wasn't sold as the year of Lightfall.
The problem is it was the highest selling, but one of the most poorly received.
Exactly. Absolutely. I mean, it was absolutely roasted by critics and everything else. Mm-hmm. Never mind, the seasons have been fucking banger after banger.
Yeah, they have. And they have two teams rotating the seasons too, yeah. At least that's what I heard in the past.
Well, up until now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just an ugly look for Bungie. And, I mean, I just am finding it hard to play the game right now. Mm-hmm. Because it just reminds me so much of that just broken trust where it's where you don't know who Bungie is anymore.
This is Kogo4 and you are listening to Guardian Downcast.
I mean, I'm the Bungie shill here. Or the Destiny shill, because I think I'm the same as NS. I love the game, and I want the game to be successful.
I love the game too. But for me, it comes down to who's making the game.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's something. I mean, it's just like everything else, where it's like, okay, well, Bungie's just a corporation now. It's not like they're not the same company that was handing out swords and things like this for new like team members and doing stuff like this. It's like how much of that was just for show? And then like you see things and there people are saying that, I mean, the upper management at Bungie has been bad forever.
They've always been
ever since the Halo days.
They've always been their corporate culture has always been anti-establishment. I mean, at least from what I've been researching the company, and they've always been anti, I mean, they were told to wear, suits to a dinner, and they said, hell with that. We're wearing our t-shirts.
Did you watch? I mean, see, okay, you're shilling out for Bungie here. So, okay, Mr. Shilling out for Bungie. So let's go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you listen to the Cool Guy video?
I've not seen his, but I've seen just about everybody else's. Okay. I haven't seen his yet.
So Cool Guy basically approached this from the perspective that upper management was the problem, which I absolutely agree with. 45%, if you don't fucking, you're not listening to your team. I mean, that was the other thing too that was in the speculation, is that Bungie wasn't listening to the team. They weren't listening to the people, their team, and they were like the feedback and everything else.
Yeah, from us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they play the game too. Right. And if they're saying, hey, engagement is low, we need to do something, and they're being shot down by upper management.
Yeah. They're tone deaf.
It's a fucking terrible look.
Yeah. They're tone deaf. Yeah. That's too bad. Unfortunately, that's the way it is in a lot of companies.
But again, just like a lot of companies, but see, we all thought Bungie was above that.
Yeah. I get you.
But what I was saying though, was that about, Cool Guy's video is that he went on to Glassdoor and looked at reviews. Almost like every one of them mentioned that upper management was a problem.
Now, explain what Glassdoor is for people who don't understand.
So Glassdoor is an amazing website if you're looking for a new job, because it lets you look up companies and you can see what people think of the managers and what people think of the CEO.
Gotcha.
And things like this. You can look up pay, like, hey, for this job, the pay range is between here and here. I mean, it just gives you like a wealth of knowledge about every company that you could work for.
I see.
So,
I mean, I'm asking for our listeners. Yeah, of course. I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely didn't sound like shock on your face.
No, not at all.
When you said that.
Not at all.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So now, I mean, just for fun, I'm going to go to Glassdoor right now and just check it out, because, I mean, it's just unreal to me. I mean,
so we're in this situation. So he found out that a lot of the, I guess, reviews of Bungie were not favorable. I'm guessing that the upper management had no clue.
Yeah.
And that the lower level, lower tier of workers were running the show or trying their best to speak for the player.
They were trying to basically do what's right and trying to help the company, but they kept getting shot down. So I don't know if it's part of the over delivery thing.
Right.
But
that was Trudeau said at the game conference.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if it's because of that or what exactly, but yeah, 133 reviews. They say 4 stars.
I'm sure it's grown since recently, but with reviews, but
stars, I mean, yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Pros, coworkers were great. Right. Cons, politics,
which is just about every company, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So if I may interject a little here,
of course.
So, like, obviously, I am not in this kind of sector at all, but my particular, I'm just going to say, area that I'm working in, we have like almost a reverse problem where we have a problem with employee retention. And we have been, those of us who've been there for a while have been trying to speak with like the upper management, and this is a not for profit, so like the upper management is not lining their pockets with, extra money by telling us no, but there is a huge breakdown when there is lack of transparency, and whether or not their upper management has a different vision for the company that they are not communicating to the rest of the company is probably where a lot of this frustration is originating from. And this is just pure speculation, but that being said, it's still on the upper management to communicate that and to communicate where they intend to go and the future plans for the company. While, if game sales in general are down, like you said, the whole industry is hemorrhaging employees, that is a problem. But if they're promising employees you're safe, and then, say a week or a month later, it's that, again, this is pure speculation on some of these articles that we read, is they woke up to meetings being scheduled on their calendar telling them that they're losing their job. Like, that sucks.
Yeah. Or the access is gone. So like when they log in and they're like trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, like what happened here? And it's like, hey, by the way, it's what was it? For the movie The Office Space, This guy's been fired for 7 years, but no one told HR they've been paying him. So we just corrected the issue, but we're not telling the person.
Yeah,
he's just not gonna get paid anymore. Stick him in the basement. Like, as ridiculous as that sounds, that's kind of how it sounds. Is they're not doing what we need to do. We're not getting the profits we need. We can't afford it. So we're letting a lot of these people go. And then they made the mistake of going on Twitter.
Yeah.
Honestly, take it on the chin, Bungie. Yeah, just straight up say this was terrible. We feel bad. These are the reasons, and be upfront about it. Don't be like, oh, we're so sad. We're all grieving. No, you're not all grieving. You're just not.
I'm grieving on a big pile of money.
Yeah, like
whether he meant it,
yeah, it's just
whether he meant it or not, it's never going to come across the way he probably thought it was going to come across, or it might have just been. Who knows? AI could have written that. Who knows these days, man?
It was just perceived as being so shallow and disingenuous.
But guys, though, I mean, he said that he would personally vouch for him and give him a recommendation,
even though I'm laying him off. Well, I mean, I'm not. I've been chilling enough, but you know what? If I might add something here real quick, since we're talking about all these companies mishandling their money and how everyone's been laying off all.
Well, they're not mishandling money.
Well,
Bungie just, made a grievous error. But no, what I'm saying is, I think that, this has been the best year ever for gaming.
Yes,
and
6,000 people.
Companies are making. Companies are making money hand over fist right now.
Yeah.
And yet we've got 6,000 people, you said?
10,000 just from Microsoft, but that was probably because of all the big buyout stuff. So I got to exempt that. But 6,000 and all the other studios combined, except one.
So, come on now. Doesn't that seem a little fishy though?
The one thing I was doing research on all these layoffs. The one thing that one phrase that kept coming up was outsourcing. And I'm wondering if AI is actually having an impact here and replacing people's jobs in some of these areas. Do you think?
No.
No?
No, because remember, Bungie contracted out, which is exactly what you're talking about. Bungie contracted out, and they had somebody do the art for.
Oh, that's right.
What was it? That one? I think it was during Lightfall.
How about Witherhoard? Ornaments for that they hired out from
the community.
For the community, they're like, hey, we hired this guy to do art. This is the weapon. Vote on it, and now, all right, these are his.
Yep, I remember that. He was just a player.
Ideas.
Yep.
Yeah.
They had a lot of time. Okay.
Maybe I don't think it's AI.
Maybe it's too early for that conversation. We're not there yet.
I don't think they're outsourcing to AI, but that's just because I don't know how much AI is capable of and what tasks would be delegated out to that portion.
like that statement they put out this week, the article, it seems like that might have been written by AI. Just the way it was written, it was very cold.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, I mean, to be funny about it, I mean, Bungie doesn't have a community staff too much anymore, so you never know who wrote it.
And
but what I was saying before was that Bungie contracted out to have somebody do artwork for Lightfall, and they used a community member's artwork,
right?
And like they didn't give the guy credit or anything, or the woman credit.
Oh, I remember that. Yes,
and they went and they talked to that person, and they were just like, well, it was on the website. I just assumed it was yours. And I'm like, that's a fucking terrible look.
That was not a fun moment for them. Yeah. I think one of the artists, one of the senior artists that was all the way back to, I'm sorry, I don't know her name, all the way back to Halo was released as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just sad. And I'm not trying to come across as cold, because dude, I can't imagine what's going through these people's minds right now. They live in Seattle. It's a super high standard of living there. And and it's not the best time to hire right now for people. Everyone's in fact laying off people. So what do you do? I mean, when 9/11 hit us, I was still in business then. I didn't know if I was going to have a business the next day, man. People were scared out of their gourd, but we weathered through. We made it through. And that was 2001. I think these people are very talented. I think they'll find a job eventually, but the question is how long is it going to take? They only get 3 months of Cobra and 3 months of severance right now. So,
well, not everybody got the same thing, but I think that was like the minimum.
The general thing. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, I want to mention that later, but, I did find one company that's doing it right. And you'll know this company as soon as I say it. And that's Insomniac Games. And there was a post in Reddit of all things, from Rare Ice Weasel. I want to make sure I give him credit. He was asking, how does Insomniac release so many great games back to back when a lot of studios can't even get one out a year, And, Rare Ice Weasel says they have smart, talented people. They're run pretty well. They make smart deployment decisions. And most importantly, they don't seem to hemorrhage people in layoffs. He says when you lay off groups of people at a time, huge amounts of the tribal knowledge is lost. Not to mention the disruption of the workflow, aka all the bugs we've been getting with Bungie right now because people have been reassigned. It takes a long time for people to find their groove together. That's an intangible speed and ease that which, when you have people who know how to work with each other, but it irritates me. This is I'm reading his verbatim here.
Well, if I may interject real quick. Though.
Okay.
So there's rumors going around that Insomniac is going to do a round of layoffs as well.
Oh, no way, dude. Are you shitting me?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm like, you said it and I immediately started laughing. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah,
so no one's
research.
Exempt. No one's exempt.
Yeah.
And they just released a Spider-Man game that so far I think everyone's loving it. So that's just sad.
That's absolutely hilarious that of all the game companies
I'm leaving that
you
in.
pick them and I'm like,
because that's just apropos to what's going on right now. You think you find a company that's doing it right and they still are laying people off.
It goes to show though how much like the optics of like how you are perceived as a company play a part in even Hazel, you just said it, like you don't even want to play right now because of the bullshit that's going on with Bungie, and it's not even gonna say that's what I'm looking for. That's valid, that is valid, but everyone's gonna have their own opinions on it.
Another thing I wanted to throw out there, and this is not to sound cold, but interest rates were a lot lower at the beginning of the year, and consumer or even corporate debt because of the interest rates. It's because of interest rates are so high right now. Corporations can't afford to pay the interest on these loans, or they have to think about cutting costs. It's part of the like you said, the recession. It sounds cold
just imagine
as hell,
trying to build a fucking building in this fucking economy right now.
Think about that.
Like, I'd rather get hit in the junk every day of the rest of my life instead of avoiding that.
Well, think about this, Hazel. You build a brand new $100 million facility, state of the art, beautiful. It's a pride and joy of your company. And now everyone doesn't want to come in. They want to work remotely because a lot of Bungie employees are remote workers.
I mean, I can build a shack in my backyard.
And well, I've heard people saying that it's so hard to get work done now at Bungie because you have to wait for people to respond to an email or a message. How does this look? Instead of just tapping them on the shoulder in the damn studio, now you have to go through the channels, and it just takes so much. It's just less efficient. So that's got to have an impact as well on getting stuff done in time, you know?
Yeah. I mean, and that's something that I'm struggling with currently is like where I work is, I mean, we have a predominantly work from home, like area, a culture. Right. And like, I mean, you couldn't pay me to fucking manage in this shit and try to hold people accountable. And you don't even know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. It's a different time now, man. That's for sure. And I don't think Pete Parsons or Jason Jones or any of these people who run the company ever saw this being the case. They probably thought it'd be a busy, thriving, huge building of all these people coming together and having meetings and meeting rooms. And now that's just not the case anymore. At least it's on a limited basis now. These are the things that go through my head when I hear all this news. And I'm just thinking, why? What else could be a factor here? But anyway.
But when you say things like that, it makes it sound like you're trying to find an excuse or
I'm not finding an excuse. I'm just trying.
It's
like a puzzle. I'm trying to figure out why it came to this. Why is everyone shedding gaming? Dude, gaming is it's the new hotness. Gaming is making more money than movies are right now by a long shot. I mean, what the hell is Epic laying off people for? That they have tons of money. Why are they laying off 800 people? Why?
It's because gaming, I think, still has a stigma to it.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's just, once I dove into this, it just was really sad. It just was really sad. And I don't know.
So
go, please.
During this conversation, just during this conversation, like this is literally zero research gone into it. I'm thinking like, Bungie, we have Lightfall coming up in a couple, they say, episodes after that. Mm-hmm. How old is this game? 10 years?
Yes. It's 9 years. It's almost 10 years.
This is a massive game, and they have told us countless times how there's so much work that goes into managing this spaghetti code and all this other stuff. Yeah. So and they're also they say 2 seasons ahead of us. Yeah. On what the content they're working on.
Well, Marathon was worked on when this podcast was developed in 2019. They were already working on Marathon. Think about that.
Yeah. I'm not talking about Marathon.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I'm talking about Destiny.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about lead time. You're talking about lead time.
I love this guy.
God
yeah, but again, I'm going to side with Gator on things. I'm going to side with Hazel on things, and I'm not afraid to.
That's fair.
To put a target on my back, but the majority, honestly, this is a huge game that the foundation has already been laid, right? It has hit a solid point, and if you go back a couple episodes, you can talk about how great all these weapons feel and how great the content is, and if all they have to do at this point is tweak things every now and then and throw a couple shaders at us and throw a couple ornaments and maybe a few emotes, do the Fortnite thing and just say, hey, we're doing crossovers and now you can be Spider-Man in Destiny. Right. If people throw money at the screen for that takes minimal effort. They've already developed this game. They already have a really solid foundation to work off of. It's not going to take as many people to maintain rather than to develop. I'm surprised that they dropped people from Marathon because that sounds like they're putting a lot of eggs in that basket, but who knows how far along they are with that and how much of a rework they're going to have to do. Or if that's why they dropped people from Marathon is from the speculated negative feedback of you guys created a shit game.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh crap, we have to pivot and these people aren't going to be able to do that for us. I don't know, but
no, that's a legit thing, I think, Yeah,
unless you're coming out with new content, and I think I posted this somewhere a while ago, but PvE needs a constant influx of content to keep it alive. It just does. People will master grandmasters after X amount of time, no matter how good or how challenging it is. You'll have people who can solo raids, for God's sake. I was saying, like, hey, if you had introduced a Forge mode into Crucible 5 years ago, and Crucible Labs was a way of filtering out the best maps that have been developed by the community, and then you put those maps into the game. I'm a huge PvP fan.
And playability.
So,
Forever, man.
I think Rodimus was saying that, get PvP out of here. Maybe I'm misquoting him. I'm sorry if I am, but I'm not on Discord right now. But PvP inherently is just replayable. You're not going to face the same person every match. You could be on the same map, but it's a different game every single time. Exactly. And this is coming from someone who played the Halo games, which is you have a campaign. That is it.
And when it's done, it's done.
And those games survive for years on just straight PvP.
Oh. Let's mention this. What was the hotness just about a month ago? Starfield. Have you heard anything about Starfield lately? It's been crickets.
You haven't talked about it two episodes ago.
Well, no. You know the reason why?
When he said he didn't play it.
No. The reason why? Because it's, one, you can only play by yourself. And two, once you play the game, it's done. You're done. You're moving on to the next game. So PvP, I think, is critical for Bungie because it is the ultimate end game. Because every game, like you just said, is totally different. But not everybody likes to play PvP. So how do you fix that problem? People get shit on in PvP and they're like, this is a bad experience. I don't want to be here. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how.
Well, that's what honestly, you create a situation that you have even trickle content, not 5 years of no maps. Maybe once a year, throw in 2 maps. And honestly, I'm happy. I'm a PvP player. I am a PvP player. It doesn't take much to make me happy. Well, let's be real here.
How about
but for PvE, look at how it's like, all right, you got Crota's End raid that just came out.
Right.
It really did just come out, like a month or 2 ago? I lost track of time. But
it was the first of the season. Our season's into week 11, so it's been a couple months.
Three months?
3 months. Sorry.
No, I think it came out like 2 weeks into the season.
Yeah, so it's been a little over a couple months now.
Okay. Still, that's if a brand new game came out and you're like, in 2 months it's dead because everyone's destroyed it, that game is going to be considered nothing. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, you go and play it.
Yeah. Consume it.
Todd, you've played Elden Ring. I've played Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. That has some replayability, but I lost interest in it.
Once you kill all the bosses,
after my first playthrough.
Yeah. Once you're done with all the bosses, you're done. Why would you want to go back and play the same boss? You know all the jukes. You know all the moves. It's that
being said,
yeah, so go ahead.
It's apples to oranges, but that game is just purely massive PvE content. There's so much you can miss on your first playthrough. Like, there's just so much you can miss.
Yeah.
You could literally play an entirely different game.
Well,
you have to play the same bosses, but you could play an entirely different game. This is not that way.
FromSoft.
FromSoft? Who owns FromSoft? Is it Embracer Group? I know they own everybody, it seems.
No. Embracer Group is, they're floundering now. It's like they spent all their money and
they're restructuring.
They tried to sell something. I forget what it was, but they can't even sell that now.
Well, Naughty Dog lays off dozens of contractors and told everyone to be quiet. You don't hear anything. You don't hear anything.
So, honestly, open up the UI. You've got, just straight on your home screen, you've got Vanguard, which is just strikes, which not many people play the base strikes anymore. Okay, but you got GMs. Let's just leave it at GMs. Those are fun and engaging content that change every week. So you're going to get some things. You got Gambit, which I know that's kind of like a meme that everyone forgets about, but I enjoy it every now and then if I can get a group of people together to play it.
Carl's doing his best.
But that's my personal opinion. It's a mixture of PvE and PvP. Yes. I love Crucible. I load that up as I said, quite often, and I can just play some games solo and don't worry about it. But then I'm looking at, you got Eternity, Dreaming City, Nessus, The Moon, Cosmodrome, EDZ, Savathun's Throne, Europa, and Neptune. Wait, what's this other thing here? Oh, that's the Traveler. I'm like, why can't I select this?
It doesn't count.
Pyramid. Yeah,
we'll be there. We'll be there in Final
the Tower. Yeah. But the Tower, you got some seasonal events that come out, and these haunted sectors, like, they do get grindy. I'm not going to lie, but it is a slight change. It is a slight influx, and you have people who are at this company who are continuing to work on providing content for us. And we have 24 days and 12 hours left of this season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's left in this season. Is there a roadmap that has stuff left on it?
I think there's one. No, there ain't no roadmap. They don't do that shit no more
anymore.
Well, there's
especially
a slight
now. But
so, I mean, at the very beginning of the season, there's one Crow's End free season. Yeah, Festival of Lost is the only thing listed on there.
Yeah, I think we have one more radio message, and that's about it.
Probably has some kind of epilogue thing.
But there is a lot of content here.
For someone
we've just been playing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've been playing this since D1 beta. There's a lot of content here that I haven't touched just because of my focus. That's on me. I've done a few raids.
Everybody's different, man. Everybody plays this game totally differently.
Dares of Eternity, which I should admit that because that's 30th anniversary. Mm-hmm. A new player can't touch that. They can't touch.
They can.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's free. The event is free, but like the dungeon is not free and that kind of thing.
Right.
But also, I'm just trying to say is this game particularly is massive. It's just, I feel like those of us who have been in it for a long time have kind of, I have lost sight of that multiple times of like, you know what, sometimes I don't feel like signing out. I'm like, yeah, guess what? Hey, Wes, have you done King's Fall Raid in D2? Nope. Like, I could absolutely go on LFG and find someone willing to do that raid. That would be new content for me, and that would be honestly for me that would be like a 5 hour. That would be an evening of gaming.
Plus, you'd want to come back to get the red bar so you can craft some of those awesome weapons in the raid weapons. It's a whole other piece of content all by itself.
Do you want to go down that road?
Okay, well, before we move on too far, I've got a question here from one Kingsley Mack.
Okay.
What he has a question here. It is, what I find interesting in all of this is there is so many small signs about no Destiny 3 anytime soon, probably if ever.
Right.
In fact, here we are. It gets worse. Starting with the after show with the final shape drop a couple months ago. When asked about any expansions after the final shape, they only said, we will continue to make seasons. Astacross has added more upon that, with his source saying Bungie never, quote unquote, had any plans to do anything big after the final shape. And now, even in the latest Tassie article, it also says there is no sense of talking about anything big after the final shape, with no good news about any more DLCs or Destiny 3 after that. What are your feelings, and will seasons really be enough?
Yeah, I'm going to start another podcast called Destiny Upcast or Guardian Upcast, and it's only going to feature Destiny 1 and 30 frames per second on console only, so all you PC players, you can just, suck it. No, I have no clue. I feel like every game eventually reaches the end of its life. I've very much enjoyed this game. I love it. Absolutely. I will be sad if it ends. That being said, if there's no new content that comes out, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to jump in and play.
I'll be with you, man. I'll be one of those 50 people left that are right before they close the servers. I'll be one of those 50 players that are still playing it.
Yeah.
I really do honestly feel that way. And if that makes me a Bungie shill, then so be it. But Bungie brought me back from gaming, man. I owe that at least give them the benefit of the doubt, because I was about to give up on gaming. I was over it. You're from Halo. I'm from Call of Duty. I was so burnt out with all the toxicity. I just was like, I don't need this in my life. And then this great game came out in 2014. That just totally opened up a whole new realm. And it's so good. And I think a lot of Destiny players can admit this, that we don't even look or have time to play other games. What does that say about this game?
Well, that's sort of the problem, though, is that for those people that did get that hook, it's in them.
Right.
The thing is, though, is that Lightfall took that hook out of a vast majority of the community.
They got to build that trust back.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
I know.
I mean, that's the second problem, is they're trying to build up trust for the finale and then trying to keep people on after. I'm still
fucking
impossible.
I'm still going to say this. What if the Witness wins? Think about it. How are they going to keep people playing the game? There's got to be a twist, man.
Gator, I mean, man, I know
we've gone down this road.
They've said that they're going to give it a proper finale. And that's the problem, is that they're trying to build trust with something that's ending, and they're trying to keep people on after.
Bungie has two different fronts they're facing here. How do they keep a game going that's been going for almost 10 years now? How do they keep people? I think everyone is just fatigued. It's like, we'll get a new season. We'll look at the weapons. No, they're all pretty much the same. I'm not going to bother. And you go back to the 45% shortfall in revenue. And this goes back to a statement I said many episodes ago. I talked about they should make stuff with Bright Dust again. They should make stuff earnable in game by playing the game. And I remember you said, well, you just took $10 out of their pocket. I'm like, yeah, but isn't game time and eyeballs on, because think about it. Once you get through 100 on the season pass, every 5 levels, they direct you right back to Eververse with an Ingram, right? That's eyeballs you can't pay for. Those are eyeballs looking at all the pretty stuff that they've got lined up on the featured section. That's another chance for a sale. But here's the thing. When people are fatigued and they're not playing daily like they used to, and frickin' Bright Dust is 10 at a time, give me a break. 10 at a time. They don't sell anything. Everything is for silver, and there's no hope of getting anything else in the game with the tiny little space they leave aside for Bright Dust. Give things in Eververse 2 prices, a Bright Dust price and a silver price. And some people may say, hey, 6,000 Bright Dust, I don't know if I want to play that much. I'll just pay the silver. But I want it. I want this thing. But here's the problem. I think they were counting on Eververse sales to carry them through until final shape, and people aren't playing the game, so why would they even look at Eververse? See my point?
Well, exactly, Gator. That is the problem. So by you saying, hey, give them Bright Dust, again, I mean, they're trying to hit that 45 number.
I get it.
And by you offering, taking $10 out of Bungie's pocket and stuff like that.
I get that too.
Dude, they're selling, like event cards, and they are selling, shaders. They are like, it's like, we're like so close to them just going like, fuck it. We just need to do something. Let's just sell a gun for,
pay to win
for Bright Dust or pay to win. Exactly. Yep. It's like we're inching closer and closer to that, because it depends on how much they want to hit that 45 mark.
But my point is if you give the option, even if you don't, even if the player doesn't intend on using Bright Dust, you give them the option, that softens the sale. It does. And plus you got more, say you work hard, you get the 6,000, you buy that armor set for 6,000 Bright Dust, and you go, wait a minute, but look at this one next to it. It's badass too. I can wear that I can wear that on the raid next week when I'm playing with my group, my buddies. But it's 6,000 Bright Dust. I don't have the time to earn that, but there's that urge to pay for it.
No, there's
eyeballs, man.
Ripsaw. You were going to say something.
Yeah, Todd. How many of the armor bundles for this event have you bought?
You don't want to ask me that question.
No, I do. I'm asking.
I have bought some. I have bought some. I have.
Did you spend
bundles?
6,000 Bright Dust for the package for this event?
Season's?
Yes. No. Festival of the Lost.
No, I have
6,000 Bright Dust.
Because they're not. They don't look good. I'm sorry, they don't.
There you go.
And I'm in the exterminating business. These are all bugs, really? No, these aren't bugs.
There you go. But that's what I'm saying,
no. Wait
Todd.
a minute. I'm sorry.
How much money?
Wait a minute. I have to be honest here. I did buy the Spider Titan set because Hazel. I was going to wear that next time I raid with them. So I did spend the Bright Dust on that one set.
All right. I mean, again, I've been playing this game for a long time. And how much silver do you think I've purchased?
Probably not a lot.
Since, let's just say D1.
D1?
Since
well,
D1.
they didn't have silver until second.
Yeah, they did.
Too. They had silver?
No, they did.
Yeah, they
D1?
did.
Yeah.
It was called something else, maybe.
No, silver.
It was silver?
Yeah, you could buy things with real money.
Now, I spent 0 silver up until just the latest years of Destiny. I've never spent silver.
So I'm probably their nightmare because I've put a lot of hours into this game, and I think I've spent like $10 outside of annual passes. I literally get like the deluxe edition, so it's always the expansion plus the annual pass.
Right.
Yeah, like $100, and that to me that's worth it, but that's an opinion. But I've got 24,000 Bright Dust right now, and I'm still not buying that Hunter.
Well,
armor.
That goes back to give us loot that is badass.
So
everyone will like to spend the Bright Dust.
And again, say that memento, right? That says, oh, you can put that super black shader on your weapons. If they said you could buy something for 24,000 Bright Dust to put that black shader on your armor, I would buy that right now.
Really?
Yeah. I would spend all of it. I would put real money into that because that's something I'm interested in. But they're like, no, you can only put it on a weapon, and I'm like, well,
you're a crafted one at that.
Yeah, crafted weapon.
Yeah, and that's what kills me. It's like I've got other weapons that aren't crafted, and a lot of them
you can't use it on it.
And I can't even put shaders on exotics.
You know, one thing I thought with that black leather, I said, man, if I could put this on my armor, I would look like Neo, man. I'd put it on armor in a heartbeat. I'd be busting my ass to get these things. But I can only put it on a weapon. So there we go. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Howdy folks, this is MC Squared and you're listening to Guardian Downcast.
Let me say something else here. I look back at all of our shorts that I put out over the last 6 months, and I would say maybe 20% of them are positive. And I read the latest article from Paul Tassi, and before we leave, I'm gonna just briefly go over it. About how the employees, and this was from an employee inside, didn't want to be anonymous, said that sometimes they feel that people want us to fail. And I about cried when I heard that, man. Because we really want the game to be better. But
those of us who are actual fans of the game, yeah, but again, it kind of goes back to the whole, like, the reason I don't even go on Reddit anymore is people feed off of negativity.
They do, man.
If you want to enjoy something, don't go on Reddit.
That's social media period, by the way.
Yeah, I don't even go on Facebook or I have an Instagram. It's all looking at my kid and dogs. Exactly. So
yeah, I get it, man. It's what's that German term that people always use? Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. That's social media in a nutshell. Everyone likes to see everyone else, or just likes to live on the outrage and the negativity, and it just wears you down, man. Maybe I don't know. Anyway,
I think it's the haves and the have-nots. I think the people that don't want to see Destiny succeed are the ones that, one, used to play the game and aren't happy with it, I mean, weren't happy with it then and damn sure aren't happy about it now. But, I mean, the other side of it, too, is that there's devs out there that are trying to emulate it, and they still can't find the magic sauce.
Yeah.
It sucks because I don't have an answer for, like, what is the secret sauce that makes everyone come back and start spending a lot of money. And a lot of my, friends in real life have left Destiny, and right now they're playing Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare 2.
Yep. And
if you look at an operator bundle, it's a $20 investment for a skin. Yeah. It's literally a skin.
Yeah. On a first-person shooter.
Exactly. Like, I don't even get to see this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invest in one season, I guess, and you can, like, kind of gain that in-game currency back to, like, buy some more stuff for future seasons, but not a lot. Like, it's either like another season or an operator bundle. So, like, spend wisely.
You think Destiny is really, really hard on the microtransactions? Go play a Call of Duty game these days. There's shit flashing in your face everywhere.
So to quote Todd here, though, is you got to put something in the game and you got to ask, who is this for? Who are you targeting? Like,
Hazel started.
And again, this is purely subjective on my end. Is if you go to the event page, you can look at or seasonal offerings. Wait, no, and archive. I don't remember, but seasonal offerings. Yeah, it has like the previous Halloween things. I haven't bought not a single Halloween armor set in D2.
Do you think
that shows up on this page?
Do you think that's because they offer it for Bright Dust and maybe they just don't invest the artistry and time into it? No offense to the people who made these sets, but I see some sets that are for silver that just kick ass, man.
They're also offered for Bright Dust. They're both right now.
They're offered for silver and Bright Dust.
Yes, but my point is I'm talking about the stuff that's offered for silver only. Have you seen those sets? How badass they are? They're badass, man. I was going through the store and I'm like, dude, if I could bust my ass, I would play so many hours of this game right now. If I knew I could pay 6,000 Bright Dust for that set in the store. You go to the archive in the store and look at all of the sets in there. There is some badass sets in there, man, but they cost $15, $10. I think they're 2,000 silver. I can't remember.
Yeah, 2,000 silver for a lot of these.
For 5 pieces for your whole Guardian. Remember, usually going to wear an exotic, so one of those probably isn't going to count, but
that's a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But are you looking through them? You seen some of these badass sets they have? Now compare that to the Halloween set.
Some of those Halloween sets are pretty awesome.
Some of them are good. Some of the past ones, like the neon one with the skeleton,
the dinosaurs.
So
the dinosaur. Everybody,
I did.
Was it the Apex crossover, the Eternal Vengeance? Yep. I mean, I'm going off a Hunter. Yep. Like, I earned a lot of those, but I'm not buying that. The Assassin's Creed bundle, well, I'm not that into Assassin's Creed, so I'm not spending money on it. And the one for Hunter is the PlayStation exclusive game that honestly, that game looks pretty cool. I don't even remember what it's called, but I don't have a PlayStation. I'm like, well, that means nothing to me, so I'm not buying that. Everything else,
it'll take you a while. If you scroll through there are some sets that are just outstanding. But I'm not going to sit there and blow $20 a pop on these sets.
You got finishers too, and you got emotes,
finishers.
But
all kinds of things you can buy for.
Honestly, I would spend money on finishers if I could do them in the Crucible.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't understand why you can't.
Well,
I know it was like what, Halo 3? Halo 4.
It bypasses
that you could choose to assassinate someone from behind.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, you can do. I think you could. Yeah, maybe that's just that game, but I think you could do it in that PlayStation exclusive game, which you don't play. It's
Halo Reach. I think maybe
we're talking about
Bungie
that? Games, man.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I don't even think Halo Reach was Bungie. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was. That was their last one.
game.
Oh, okay. But again, I'm a PvP shill, so I'm not buying these finishers because I'm like, I don't get to see them.
Not in PvP,
Exactly. It's like, why bother? So
some of them are pretty damn cool, though. I will give them that.
There's some neat ones, like the zappy hands. Those are pretty. That's badass, man. I was looking through them. I was like, I just can't get myself to spend the money on that. But
exactly.
But what if Hazel, those zappy hands? What if it was? Was it $3? Was it 300 silver? $3? What if I could earn 1,500 bright dust and buy it instead? I'd be in that game playing right now to get those zappy hands.
Yeah, you want me to play a raid? Put a finisher as one of the rewards.
Emblems. I will kill to get an emblem. Think about it. Think how many people play or donate even to their charities just to get the emblem. Which, I mean, the money's going to a great cause. That goes without saying. But other emblems in here that come available. I love emblems because everyone sees the emblem when you're in a fire team. They're like, "Oh, where'd you get that emblem, man? That's badass." If you had emblems in the store where you can buy them for bright dust just to show off, dude, come on.
Could you imagine though, if in Crucible you killed somebody, but instead of their ghost immediately popping up, it'd be like a finish him. Like their guardian just knelt down for like a split second, and you could do a finisher on them just to like rub it in.
Maybe a game mode like that,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like
that wouldn't be too salty across all of PvP, but Princess already has a finisher like that. Anytime I die, even if the other team kills me, she teabags me.
That's a great place to segue.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, does anybody else have anything to say about this? I know we've gone all over the place here.
You're not going to read the whole article.
No, I'm not. No, I just want to point out a few things because this is something that the other podcasts have not talked about because this just came to light this morning.
Yeah.
And it's important, dude. It's important.
But it's not confirmed.
It's from you know what? Paul Tassi is pretty damn dependable. Everything he's talked about so far has been pretty on point. And it seems like he has a pretty good source here. But I just wanted to mention a couple things here. He did update that Bungie responded to him and said that Pete Parsons and some of the other executives previously forfeited their annual bonuses before the layoffs. But
I already said that.
But the employee was not informed of this, so they don't know until it happened. They talked about the expensive building was done before, the ball was rolling way before any of this. I mentioned that already. They talk about the final shape. There were a couple things in here I just wanted to make sure I mentioned. I mean, everyone thinks I'm just the Destiny shill here.
Mm-hmm.
I know. That's fine. That's my role in the show, right?
Well, you don't have to be that role.
Bungie can do no wrong. Well, I love the game, dude. I'm like NS. I love the game. I'll probably be the last 50 players playing this game.
But I mean, you can still love the game. Just because you love something doesn't mean you can't be critical of it.
Yeah. An update.
It doesn't forgive all of the mistakes and all of the issues and things.
Not at all.
I just feel like you just love it. So it's like you have to apologize for everything and be like, oh, this is great. Anyway, give me more shit in my mouth.
Dude, have you seen my shorts? When have I been overly positive about Bungie?
I don't actually watch your shorts.
My shorts can be pretty freaking negative, and I sometimes I feel bad about that. But one thing I want to mention, the in-game LFG, they said has been tremendously difficult from a tech perspective, and it's still going to be coming, but it was far more complicated than they just don't think players understand how complicated it was to make this, but they are going to. It's been tough.
Can I tell you something?
What?
Players don't care.
They care about LFG. They want it.
No, players don't care how hard it is.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
They promised it. It's gotten they said it.
I know.
Better happen.
Another update.
They also said that it was promised before the dev team knew.
Yeah. They did say that
that was fun.
The PvP strike team that was impacted by the layoffs, but an update said he's updating this because Bungie responded that the player security teams were hit heavily as well, so that's not good. They said they had many meetings about microtransactions where many devs wanted to reduce them, but they were always given the reply that they are necessary given how expensive Destiny is to operate. And complaints about new ones don't always reflect reality. They said event carbs, like you mentioned, seem lame, but they're selling. People are still buying the oldest expansions, which, a lot of employees think should be free by now. They did say that Bungie was never going to replace, and this is according to the source, Marathon was never going to replace Destiny 2, but they were going to run in tandem. That they were going to have multiple IPs out there. That Destiny never planned on Destiny going away. They said that, and you mentioned this, Hazel. Remember they said 1.8 billion or whatever of the 1.2. 1.2 was for employee retention. Well, we now know that was not.
It was for, it wasn't for retention. It was a bonus to people.
Right.
For if they stayed a full year after the acquisition.
But what it really was for Sony to get a majority stake in the company.
They bought the shares from the players, not from the players, the people that work there.
Exactly.
They gave them their money, basically.
So would it be reasonable to say that most of the higher ups are probably pretty rich right now? Or people that have been with the probably own stock in the company, that have been with the company a long time, even since Halo, probably had some stock as part of payment or loyalty?
Oh, hell yeah.
I would think probably a lot of these, and we talk about, what the hell was it? Salvatore. Yeah. I honestly think that he probably was paid partially in Bungie stock. I mean, the guy has been here since Halo with music. He's been such a big part of this. I'm thinking maybe they might have bought out his stock. He's got a ton of money in hand, and I'm not downplaying him. I'm really, this is saddening that he's not going to be involved anymore.
But see, money doesn't make everything all right, though.
It doesn't, but it sure softens the
You're
blow.
equating to all of this to money. And that's what I'm like money is nice, but
yeah.
I mean, knowing that you're not going to be able to, pay for your kids' school, or you're going to have to move,
right,
and all of that, that's what means more than money, man.
I have a something in the Discord I've got underneath my name, and I've got still playing Destiny 2. And you know the reason I'm doing that? Why I posted that?
Because you're a show?
No. Because I woke up a couple mornings ago and I saw the Twitter feed that said that droves of people were canceling their final shape pre-orders. And for the record, I'm not canceling mine. Big surprise, right? Wow. And you know what? And if you feel bad about a company and you don't want to support their actions and what they're doing, then I don't judge anybody either way, whether they kept it or they decided to get a refund.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. Everyone wants to punish the higher ups by canceling their pre-orders and not supporting the company with money anymore with their purchases. Mm-hmm. I think that ship has sailed already. I think all the higher ups in this company already have tons of money. I think they've already been bought out. I think Sony, part of this big buyout, I think a lot of this converted stock, I think it's already shifted to the higher up employees. So when I'm playing Destiny now, I can give a shit about the higher ups. Who I'm thinking about is the 92% of the employees that are remaining at that studio, and I want them to have a job. But
then the higher ups are still there, and they're still making shitty decisions and not listening to people.
Yes, that's true. But what is the lesser of two evils? Is the lesser of two evils having a deal?
It's not about the lesser of two evils.
Here's the thing. Sorry, you go first, Hazel. I'm interrupting.
Well, I'm just saying that it's not about the lesser of two evils. It's about what do you personally stand for? Do you stand for what's been going on with the company? If not, then, take whatever action you feel is necessary ultimately.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you're dismayed by all of this and you want to cancel your pre-order, by all means, do it. Nobody's going to judge you or anything else.
Right.
If you play the game, nobody's going to judge you. I mean, it's, this is one of those like moments where it's like up to you.
Yeah. You're drawing your line in the sand.
Exactly. What you're willing to accept and what you're not.
All I know is
fun moments in life.
There's 92% There's 1,100 people still working at Bungie right now, and they've mentioned this in the article today that they're
650 people working on Destiny.
Of the 1,100 are putting their head down and want to make this the best thing they can for us. Because I think they realize if Final Shape isn't big, that the game's done. And maybe even
not just the game,
done.
but Bungie is done. Yeah.
So when I play Destiny now, I'm thinking about those 1,100 employees. And yeah, I know I'm the shill. I don't care. But I think if Bungie folded tomorrow, I think all the upper management's going to be fine. I think they've already been compensated with this big buyout. We haven't heard anything about Jason Jones. Have you heard anything about Jason Jones lately? I know he's the chief creative officer for Bungie, but I never hear about him. I never hear about this guy other than that one Vidoc he was in.
You cracked me up, man. You really cracked me up.
How do I crack you up? Explain. What is my
Ripsaw? Ripsaw, you had something to say.
You kind of, I feel like, hit one of the major points I was going to say, but like, it's interesting that Todd's saying that, that you're a Bungie shill and that you're going to continue playing the game for those other people who are working. And while that is noble, if you are playing a game you don't enjoy for other people's sake, then okay, that's on you.
Oh, absolutely.
That being said, I'm going to play this game because I like playing this game, and it's up to the management to keep those people that they employ in a good, working environment and, keeping jobs available. That is up to them. That's not up to us. We have given them our money. Unfortunately, if their we can get mad at their management and be like, "Yo, we gave you our money and now you're not doing well with it." Yeah. Well, I don't know, what are the other options that we have for an actual solution? Rather than instead of just buying the game, do we buy stocks and be like, now we have the majority? Yeah. We're not. I don't have $4 billion. That being said, I mean, I don't know if there's any devs in our, community here, but I love your game. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. I love it too.
That was implied, by the way, that I love the game. I would never play a game I don't like. I don't care.
Oh,
we know
you love the game, Todd.
I feel all the best for these employees, but I wouldn't be playing this game. I mean, mainly for employees. I didn't want it to come across that way, but I love the game. I love what they've made, and I will continue to play it until I can't play it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I was taking it, though, this whole news in general is I can be upset with how the execs are handling this. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the buck does stop at them, is how they're going to treat their employees. And
that is
if I find out, you did say, draw a line in the sand. Where is your threshold for playing Destiny? Is how much will you accept? Well, to me, as much as it sucks that people got laid off, I never want to hear that. That is a terrible thing to have happen. If an entire company goes under, everyone loses their job. There's, you lay that at the feet of the executives being like, what went wrong here? It's still sad.
Yeah.
But it's weird because it's a live service video game that we're talking about, and it's not like, oh, I went and bought, some random product at a Walmart and it's mine now, and then something happens down the road and the whole business goes under. I still have that product.
True, that's good.
I'm still going to use it. My wife has like 16 Stanley cups because she needs all that water.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if Stanley goes under, we still have them. Like, they still work. She's still gonna use them. So, yeah. I use that as a joke, but she doesn't have 16. She has like 2. But
she actually has 20. No. But here's the thing, though: this goes under. It's over. It's offline.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's an online game.
And those of us who are gamer fans.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we hate to admit it, we will find something else. Or, like, I was actually thinking about it earlier. If Destiny stops, I already told some of my buddies I'm not buying another console. I'll maybe put a couple of games on a PC that I build up, but I might be done with gaming. Like, you were saying, Destiny brought you back. Yep. Destiny has kept me in.
Yep. You know, I got to think about that too. I can't imagine not playing Destiny. I can't imagine a time when I would not be playing Destiny. Even if I'm not playing it as much as I used to, I still play the game because I love doing it.
Yeah.
I played Crucible this week during all this shitty news. I'm still playing Crucible because guess what? I've got 5 other friends who want to play. So I'm playing because I'm having fun with them and the community. So
have you pre-ordered, Hazel?
I do have a pre-order, yes.
As do I. I'm going to play that out there. I have pre-ordered it. I will not be canceling it. But that being said, I have no faith in the upper management.
I mean, again, you got to choose what you're willing to swallow and what you're not. And when I say that, it's also a fact that, I mean, like, what's tempting to me would be to basically cancel my pre-order for the expansion and keep the final shape part.
Right.
And then put the ball in Bungie's court and go, you know what? You fucking knock this out of the park.
Yeah.
Then
I'll buy this.
I'll pay $15 a season for that. You know, I'll make that my punishment because you've made something fan-fucking-tastic.
That's a good point. That, that brings it to another topic here. And that is the longest I think we had to wait without any content was Rise of Iron. It was a full year before we got Destiny 2. How long do you think we'll be able to last with no season after this season, 23, and waiting until June to get to final shape?
Well, Tassie said that there's
they're going to put something in there.
They're going to put something,
but not like a 30th anniversary edition because they don't have any time. It's happened so quickly here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I heard some speculation that they're going to just put in maybe like some of the old raids and that kind of thing.
What about Triumph books?
Motherfucker.
I'm telling you, I mean, they've done it before.
That shit's already in there. That shit's going to be in there anyway.
Not the Triumph books. I mean, like the Moments of Triumph. Remember that? At the end of the
yeah,
Destiny
that's going to be in there anyway, Gator.
You think so?
Yeah, they do that every year.
The seasonal events that they copy and paste are copy and paste.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's nothing new, man.
But I still go back to Destiny 1 and I see my Moments of Triumph books down there at the bottom that was carrying us through that whole year.
They meant something then. Now they really don't mean as much. Now it's just kind of like par for the course. Like, oh, yeah, okay, here. It's something else to do. But then, I mean, the other thing is that they actually will just, I mean, they auto-complete like 3/4 of the shit anyway if you've been playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't even have to do the same shit again that I've been doing.
Yeah. One bright spot here is when Destiny was almost dead in the original year of Destiny 2 in 2017. What came out after that? Forsaken. And they mentioned in this shallow announcement that they're going to hold this game to the standards of Forsaken, Witch Queen, and
the Taken King.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. Taken King was awesome. That changed the whole game in Destiny. Maybe Final Shape is that last beacon, that last great expansion. I don't know. I feel like Hazel peed on my Cheerios now.
Well, here's the thing though. Like, what is the expansion plus the annual pass? $100?
$100.
So $100 means a lot of different things to different people. Back in, I don't know, 10 years ago, I could spend $100 at going out to a restaurant for a single night. Get a couple drinks, some nice food, and that's it. That's a single night. Mm-hmm. I remember back in high school. Again, I'm dating myself here, but or even before that, let's go even back further. With a Nintendo 64, Star Fox 64 was $60 for a cartridge.
I remember.
I played the shit out of that game, but that's it. That's all you got was $60, and
your parents bought you.
20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So in 20 years, the price of a game that comes out
changed.
is going up $40. Like,
because it's different, but yeah.
Again, that 20 years, $40, and that's the essentially like for a year's worth of quote unquote content.
Right.
Yeah, you might have some lulls, but that's not a lot. That's really not.
Nope.
As much as it sucks for, some people who are having trouble affording it. Like, I get that is a thing. It all depends on what you value in what your time is worth. And if you don't feel like your time in Destiny is going to be worth that, then don't spend the money.
Yeah. If you want another comparison would be bring a family to see a movie today. You're going to blow $100.
Don't. That's my advice. Don't
go see Taylor Swift in concert at the theater.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
I know. It was a special treat. I get it.
Listen, I would have to dump an entire handle or something into a Camelback in order to muscle through that kind of a experience.
Yeah. I still see video games
sneaking into the alcohol.
It's a very cheap hobby. It really is. For the hours you put into a game, I'm not going to go down that road, but everybody knows it's comparatively to other hobbies that we have in the world today, it's pretty cheap.
Oh yeah. And that's kind of what I'm getting at is
what you have to swallow.
Yep.
I guess so. All right. Well, that was updated from Paul Tassi just this morning. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned it because a lot of the podcast came out on Thursday and didn't mention that. So, anything else? I think I think the horse is stumbling right now.
Fade it.
Are you fading?
Oh, I'm not fading. No, I'm
yeah, he said he was earlier.
No, I'm fired up. I'm fucking fired up. Let me tell you. I'm fired up because it's just the whole situation just sucks. I just don't know what to think. I really don't. It just sucks. Fuck.
Yeah, it sucks for those people who got laid off. Those think us about, as consumers is if you're still enjoying this game, that really shouldn't change.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's still other employees that are still working there who have nothing to do with the upper executives who are putting in the hours and putting in that groundwork who still need support.
That's what I was just going to say. You know what really sucks is still showing up to work at Bungie, not knowing if you're going to be there next year
or tomorrow.
Well, that could be too. Anyway, man, it's just the whole situation just fucking sucks. Anyway,
yeah. I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Let's brighten the mood. Let's get some Destiny. Let's get some questions for our guest here. And, we got some speed pipes tonight. So, we'll do that right after this.
What was the over under on it being under 3 hours?
Oh, it's always 3 hours. It's always 3 hours.
I know. Someone made a comment in the Discord though.
Yeah. All right. Hey Guardians, would you like to send a question for the show to us? There's 4 ways to do it.
Join our Discord server. There's a link in our show notes. We have all kinds of Guardians here, from new lights to the dedicated hardcore gamers, and you can just lurk and hang out or jump right in and talk with us. It's up to you. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also occasionally tweet about our upcoming show and guest, and you can respond there with your question at Guardian_D_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/GuardianDowncast, and we'll play it live on the show.
Thank you for all you do for our show. And Toddles.
And later, Guardian.
Hey, man. It's in the contract. That's my line.
We'll see about that. Laz?
Oh, no, not Laz again. Our podcast returning, really? You're going there?
Damn right, man. I pay him just as much as you do. That does sound weird, though. We're both paying him.
Yeah, what the hell? He's double dipping, man. right, boys and girls, it's that time of the show. This is where we get our questions from you guys. Yeah. You guys working your ass off all day listening to our show. We appreciate you. We do. First one we've got here from Hades. Here we go.
Hi. I've been listening to the show for a while, and I thought I'd put in a speak pipe because...
Yes, and I'm going to stop actually listening to the first, 10 seconds.
What the fuck?
This is because I seem to remember a certain Hazel saying that he was ignoring my questions because he didn't want to answer them. So, yeah, it's Hades here, and my question is, what do you think there are more of on the planet? Doors or wheels? And just to make it even more difficult, would you count a bearing as a wheel, being that it is kind of a little bit of a wheel? And do cupboard doors and drawers, do they count as having wheels? Because bearings, and they've got the door, it's just a slidey door. So yeah, what's there more of? Love the show. Love you all. Bye.
I'm so glad he's got a new phone now. I'm just going to say that.
I'm glad that's one of us.
I'll direct that to you, Hazel.
Or you mean Ripsaw?
Both of you guys. What do you have more? Doors? Is it doors or wheels?
Doors or wheels, and do bearings count as wheels?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of variables in this.
I don't.
Do shutters count as doors? Because
good point.
Windows have doors apparently too.
It's got a hinge.
And then I got 30 freaking doors on my cabinets in my kitchen.
Yep, they have a hinge.
There's a lot.
And wheels.
Go with wheels.
Really? Oh man, that's got to be doors.
I think it's doors, and bearings do not count as wheels.
Yeah, bearings shouldn't count because bearings are bearings.
Wheels. They assist stuff to move.
But some of my doors have wheels.
That's true. But I still think it's doors.
I got those barn style doors. I got 2 wheels per door.
All right, let's just do your house, right? Let's just do an example.
Just my house.
I'm just assuming you got 2 cars in the driveway. That's
wait. Hades, I hate you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Hades. Appreciate you, buddy. So you have 8 wheels in the driveway, not including any extra vehicles. How many doors you got in your house? Doors, not drawers. Doors. And
just straight doors.
And drawers, I don't think count, but opening doors on a cabinet counts. They don't use wheels. There you go.
Do the doors on the cars count too?
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's right. Damn you, Hades.
Fucking doors.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm changing my answer to doors.
There you go, Hades. Question asked, question answered.
Hey, well, real quick, he has a follow-up because I deleted that question now. Are there more legs or eyes?
Oh, definitely eyes.
Really?
I see a lot of amputees, and they all have 2 eyes.
Man, that's dark. What about a spider? Well, a spider has several eyes. Never mind.
I was just thinking about people, but still.
I assumed he was talking about everything that has legs and eyes.
What about tables? And shoes have eyes.
Oh, that's right.
I think it might be potatoes because potatoes have eyes.
Damn you, Hades.
And the hills have eyes too, apparently, I think.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'll just defer to you guys on that answer. My brain hurts.
Hades, I love you.
According to my wife, I have eyes in the back of my head, but only when it comes to spotting animals in the wilderness. I can't find the ketchup in the fridge.
You're looking right at it. No, I'm not. It's right there. I'm like, where is there?
There's a bear behind you.
She goes, do I need to show you where it is? Watch how easy this is. Watch.
And then they become a magician, and it appears.
Like, wait a minute. Where'd you get that? Is that under your sleeve?
Where'd you get that?
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, that's definitely a pet peeve of hers with me.
Yeah. Where did you get that? That's fucking priceless.
Where did you? I don't remember seeing that. Never mind.
She becomes a magician.
Let's go to a Discord question for our guest, Hazel. Jesus.
All right.
Oh my God.
Here we go. All right. Okay, there is a right answer and a wrong answer to this question. I'm just going to throw that out there. Z33 Kyle S13 asks, question for the show. Smoked meats or traditional barbecue?
Ooh.
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 That's splitting hairs.
See, I don't know how to do traditional barbecue. I'm in New England.
That's your answer. That's your answer.
So I smoke meat. But I like it. But I like them both. Make me traditional barbecue, please.
I mean, we're talking Mongolian barbecue. I mean, what are we talking here, you know?
What the is that traditional?
No.
Are you Mongolian?
Now, is traditional mean we have to use charcoal or can we use gas?
I would say charcoal would be traditional.
Traditional, yeah. It has a great smell though. Damn.
It does.
What about just straight up logs of wood? Like literally wood fired.
That's true. That's true too.
This will be the loophole cast.
What if you use
there we go.
What if you use mesquite wood?
I hate my life.
Interesting.
I'd like him to make both and then bring them to my house, and then I'll tell him.
There we go. Taste test. I like it.
You smoke the meat, and he'll bring traditional barbecue.
There we go.
Perfect.
Look at that. Teamwork. And then you can stop by Ohio, too, and, throw something my way.
There won't be any left by the time he gets to Florida. Never mind. All right. What else we got for Mr. NSRipsaw?
All right. Raffi has a question here. He asks, why are you always on whenever I have the day off of work?
You just mentioned that today, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Controlled chaos schedule. That's the answer.
Hey, that's like a blessing, I think.
Dude, I still I don't play with Raffi much at all. I'd like to.
Yeah, he's got a girlfriend, man.
Oh, never mind. That was a great picture.
But he still plays.
He sent a picture of that. That was a great picture.
I know. It was so awesome.
So sweet.
And then I made my smartass comment, and,
I said awesome pic, by the way, Raffi.
Hey, he laughed at my joke.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
My other joke was going to be like, did she come from, did you like a mail order bride kind of thing?
Oh, Lord. He shows his girlfriend to the world, and that's what you got. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
There were other people making jokes.
Okay.
Hey, come on. I take nothing seriously.
All right.
I mean, he wasn't serious in the picture either.
All right.
Okay, good. That's my justification. Okay. Average D2 has a question here. Okay. I'm guessing he's no loopholes either. So, question for NSRipsaw. My usual guest question. Gator or Hazel, one of them has to delete Destiny and Destiny 2 forever. And I mean the game, not just an account, Gator. No cop-outs. Or you can sacrifice your Destiny gaming to save theirs.
Ooh.
I think I know this answer.
I think I know the answer
too.
Oh, you think you do?
Go ahead, Ennis. Rip the Band-Aid off, man.
No, actually, like if you had asked me this question a year ago, I probably would have said, "Sorry, Hazel."
That's a
but
oh,
but now
after doing
I'm sacrificing myself. You guys can keep it. That's
bold.
I'm gonna go spend some more time in the woods like some kind of weird person.
Wow, that is sacrifice, man.
Nah, I think I would sacrifice my copy for yours.
No, I like I said, I've been actually just shying away from gaming in general. So I love Destiny, but I love how much you guys love Destiny. If that makes sense.
I get it.
Oh. Look at this fucking guy.
Does that make Hazel a shill too then? For the record?
I don't know.
You want me to be a shill?
No, I guess that's my job. Never mind. We got a.
Let's keep the balance even here.
There you go.
Got to have a shill and someone opposing.
That's true. Hazel, Laz sent a message in.
Oh God, I know what it's about already.
You do? I have no clue. I didn't screen it.
It's my fault. I summoned him.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah, man. I needed to.
We pay him so much already.
I'm aware, but
he's probably on the golf course right now. Well, not right now because it's late, but he was probably this morning.
Well, yeah, but man, I needed his help.
All right, here it comes.
All right, Guardian Downcast host, Space Lawyer Laz here. It's a frost delay on the golf course that your lovely lawyer fee helps me pay for.
See?
It's amazing. Frost delay means that I get to sit in my car for a little bit, and I've been asked to do a short ditty about Twitch followers and typos, which sounds like an incredibly terrible sitcom or book series or something. You just make it up as you go. Point is, the amount of Twitch followers you have cannot cover up the number of typos you have. They're two separate entities. If you do typos for Twitch followers, as in like their names are wrong or something like that, that's a whole nother ball game. I'm not an editor. I can't do things like that. That's outside of my wheelhouse. If you have, let's say, 100 Twitch followers, as long as your number of typos is lower than that, you're fine. If your number of typos starts getting a little above 100 Twitch followers or whatever your number is, it's time to start reconsidering your schooling there, whatever you might have had, because clearly something's not clicking. Clearly the spell check is not clicking, which is not ideal. So keep that all in mind. Typos and Twitch followers. I'll have Agnes do a little write-up later on it. She's a little busy at the moment. Otherwise, keep up the strong work. I have no legal news about any delays. Bungie's lawyers are not allowed to talk to me. I have been barred from their buildings. I've been barred from their social medias. I don't know what I said. I mean, I've said a lot of things to a lot of people, so let's face facts. It could have been anything that I said. Let's be honest. So I have no information on that at the time. Please don't ask. I cannot find out. I'll get private eyes on it later. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Laz. You got to tell us what this is about, Hazel. What's the context here?
Well, not to disparage our lawyer, but yeah. So in Discord, Heyoka, Duketown, and Coderson, the three of them were talking and making fun of me and saying, "Hey, you know what? We need a stream where Hazel has to wear the Beagle shirt."
Oh, okay.
And I said, "Hey, you know what? If I get to 50 followers, then sure." Well,
has my work paid off?
So Duketown replied and goes, "LOL, you're already at 50 plus. You will need a lawyer now."
Ooh.
So, yeah. So I'm going to have to stream and wear the Beagle shirt.
There you go.
So I'm going to do that on Tuesday, actually. Reset day.
Oh.
I'm going to be streaming, wearing the Beagle shirt. Yeah.
What time?
Awesome. That's awesome.
It's what time? Thanks a lot, Ripsaw.
You're welcome.
It's going to be probably late. I'm guessing maybe 9:30 or 10 Eastern.
And is the notification going to come through under host stuff in the Discord?
Yeah, it'll be there in the host stuff.
There we go. Yes. I will be there.
Late night with Hazel.
Hell yes. About damn time. Thank you, community. Thanks for sending those follows his way. He need to get off his ass and do some streaming.
You guys owe me. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Thanks, Laz, for bringing that topic up. I didn't know anything about this.
So what was the typo? Did you say bagel t-shirt instead of beagle?
No, I was trying to get out of doing it by saying, like, I meant 500.
Okay. I missed that.
I see.
Yeah, and that was sorely missed by our lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a good lawyer.
Yeah, he gets paid twice, so he better be. What else we got for NS here?
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right. Here we are. Okay, we have. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Okay, question from Raffi again. Question for the Saws, Rip. Why, TF, are you beast at PvP? Who's winning in a 1v1? Gator or you?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh.
I give you a run for your money, but you'd probably easily get me. If you knew my weakness, definitely know. You would definitely be able to take me out.
I already know your weakness. You use a pulse rifle and you're a warlock.
What? Those are fighting words, dude.
Yeah, they are.
Warlock. You run at me, I'll blink over you, and I'll turn all 360 around on you.
Hold on. To quote the great Cade 6, watch your back, shoot straight, and never trust a warlock. So you're on, and we're
gonna have to make that happen one night. Just we'll tell everyone to just hop on out for one quick game, and we'll just jump in there. Be careful though. I do snipe.
So do I.
Poorly.
Oh,
what?
Oh no!
Oh shit! Now you done it. I'm getting my blood.
Yep. Gotta love it too. See, I do craft some things.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What do we got? Moving target snapshot.
Okay. Shit, I got my other account up. I can't even look at it right now. If you want to wait, I'll switch it over. Hold on, let me just log out. We'll switch over.
How do you I've always wanted to ask you those. How do you have time for multiple accounts? Well, I have time for one character. On one account.
I only do it on the Halloween event.
Okay.
Or the seasonal events. It's the only time I use my other character. Other than that, and sometimes I'll jump on my alt account just to practice in PvP, just to have fun. But of course, the same one popped up.
Oh,
I got a revoker.
So remember,
I got Yep.
So you know how I said I like to stoke the fire, but so you have an alt account where you intentionally throw, so you have lower skill-based matchmaking.
No, I don't intentionally throw. No,
you're quote unquote practicing.
No, I'm not practicing. I'm usually trying stuff. I'm trying new weapons and situations. Yeah.
Sorry, man. I couldn't resist.
You say throw. He
door.
says practice.
Practice? We talking about practice? Okay, let's go with another speak pipe. I got one here from Miner. I miss this dude.
He's still around.
Miner. So every week I listen to, obviously, Guardian Downcast, Two Titans and a Hunter, the Guardian Hub, and another podcast called The Confused Breakfast. And I started wondering the other day, what do you guys listen to? Love the show, guys. Later.
You listen to anything else, Ripsaw?
No podcasts. Typically just music.
Yeah, I get that. Hazel, what are you listening to?
It depends. I mean, like my usual rotation is going to be I will check out the Guardian Hub. I'll slum it with them. But from there, it'll go to, what is it? Modern Wisdom. I'll listen to that. It's a fun little podcast that...
pull up my podcast real quick here.
Yeah, so Modern Wisdom and... I'm trying to think what else. Sometimes I'll dabble with the Huberman Lab.
I like that guy's YouTube. It's a little long. It's a little long, but
yeah, or a lot long. Yeah,
true.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's that for the time being. Then I have a couple like movie podcasts that I'll check out every now and then, like sporadically. So,
yeah, for me, I always listen first to our Owl Sector Alliance, Potato Thumbs, Guardian Hub, and Two Titans and a Hunter. They're opening. Usually their first opening where they have the banter is my favorite part of their show. Once they get into the TWAB and everything, I mean, we pretty much do that. So sorry, Night Demon, I might skip over some of that, but I like Guardian Hub because they have some good conversations sometimes. I've listened to a ton of podcasts on podcasting because I'm always like learning new things. I listen to podcasts about YouTube because I'm always trying to learn new things. Destiny Digest with Dan Finity. I love his work. What else here? Generation X Gaming. I listen to them sometimes. I like those guys. Even though they don't like Destiny. I forgive them. And
yeah, I saw they did a new video about Bungie.
Never Bungie's fault. I haven't listened to it yet.
No, it basically like something like it gets worse.
Yeah. No, I have some fun ones too. Smartless, it's a national podcast with, it's a, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. I like those guys. Plus Will Arnett has the same birthday as me. Same age too. I listen to other Destiny podcasts out there. The Last Word, I think I listen to every now and then. And even DCP, I listen to them sometimes. Depends on who they have on and what they're talking about. But yeah, I listen to a ton of podcasts, man. I mean, that's what I do all day is listen to podcasts while I'm working. And a lot of people, can't have their podcast on when they're like in a factory where they have to handle stuff. But I'm out in the middle of the yard usually. So no one's talking to me. No one's bothering me. So it's perfect time for me to learn or just have fun listening to something. There you go, Miner. All right. What else we got? Hazel? Back in the Discord.
Okay. We have one here from Average D2. The safety hazard. Question for the safety hazard. I am pretty bang average at PvP, if you couldn't already tell by the name. What advice would you give someone who is not exactly a PvP noob, but just wants to get better and be able to hold their own? Gator, you can offer advice on this as well.
Go ahead, Ines.
All right. Honestly, the state of D2 right now is there's a lot of viable options in terms of like weapon choice. My biggest thing is choose what you like to play with and what you're comfortable with, and then learn the effective, viable ranges for those weapons. The trick is, honestly, the biggest trick that I found in this game is positioning yourself to be in the best optimal range for your loadout and the best disadvantage for the opponents. If you're rocking the same thing, then it's going to come down to a matter of who can aim better and work through flinch or use the environment to their advantage. But that would be it. Just work with what's comfortable to you and learn the sweet spot for those weapons. That's the TLDR.
Yeah, that's good advice. It's good advice. A lot of the best players that I watch, or I used to watch on Twitch and streamers out there that play, is they're masters at using cover and creating that third barrier other than your shield and your health. And I'm a big believer of, once you learn how to use cover effectively, you're not halfway there, but you got a good chunk of knowledge, map knowledge, and you know where to be, sight lines, things like that. You're already improving a lot just by learning how to play behind cover. You should always be one step out of cover whenever you play this game. But I tell you what, little teaser here. I've been interviewing a couple of our PvP enthusiasts in our own community here, and that is a future Destiny Help Desk episode. We go in depth into getting good. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks, Average Destiny 2 player. Got a another question here from Thing.
Hi, it's Thing. So I just got done listening to the end of October's Mondays. I don't know what the date was. But there was a really good question in there about whether, or what was your guys' boss battle that was memorable, or something like that. But it got me thinking about what mine was, and then I got to thinking about just games in general, and those ones that are so good that they bring a tear to your eye. And I'm not talking like they're just a good game. I'm talking like the story legit brought you to tears because it was such a good story. And I could think of a few, but the one that comes to mind for me is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. It was originally for the PSP, and they did a really good job with that game. But the story is just chef's kiss. The end of that game, I mean, I'm talking like full on, like hard to swallow, crying. Like it was so sad. Great game though. Just wanted to hear if you guys had anything like that. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Thanks, Thing.
Yeah, thank you.
NS, any games that brought a tear to your eye, story-wise?
It's funny that he just brought up Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, because I just probably 2 months ago finished playing it, and my original answer while he was asking what was going to be the original 7. I used to play. I got that on a PC back in 1998.
What
I think
game was it again?
Final Fantasy VII.
You cut out. I was just saying. Okay.
Sorry. Maybe I should reset my thing. But yeah, the original Final Fantasy VII for me. I absolutely love that story, and I can totally see where he's coming from with Crisis Core, because that story was also pretty banging.
I really don't cry much from video game stories. I would say probably the closest thing was the ending of Modern Warfare 2. Which almost feels like it was based on a true story, but yeah. Captain Price, Soap. I mean, that's the campaigns are that was how I played video games before I found Destiny and Battlefield and those other games. So that's the one that sticks out to me. You got one, Hazel?
I was trying to think of one. I mean, I think my original answer would be Final Fantasy VII. I mean, just the regular one. But
I've never gotten into those games.
Well, I mean, Final Fantasy VII R Part 2 is coming out, so you can just wait for that.
Okay.
I don't know right offhand. I mean, I think that it was just me playing that one. It was just like at a moment where it was just, I was young and it had a thing happen in it, and I'm not going to spoil it just because, even though the game's, old as hell. It's just still though. I mean,
yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think same thing is I was young and that thing happened, and I was like, whoa, that had never happened in a game before that I experienced.
Exactly. And I've never seen anything happen like that since.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't think of anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the crazy part is, it just hasn't happened like that. So
thanks, Sting, for your question. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Anything else in the Discord, Hazel?
Yeah. So we have this one here. This is a general one. Okay. So it is from a new member, Braden.
Okay.
And it is, here we are. Question for the show. Is crafting as a whole really the issue? Or is it weapons we can craft? To me, raid weapons should not be and should have never been crafted. And almost all of the best crafted weapons in the game are raid weapons. Oops, here we go. Sorry, I lost my place. If raid weapon crafting didn't exist, the value of weapons in raids and reason to grind raids would be back, especially since it's in-game PvE. Follow-up. If this was implemented in the final shape, how would you give master raids more value? I think that if you had the weapons drop RNG rolled enhanced perks, it would work.
What are you thinking, us?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
There's a lot there in there.
Yeah. So basically the first part is, should raid weapons be craftable?
Honestly, I'm probably the worst person to talk about this. I've done like 3 raids in like the past year. So,
what about trials then? Would
trials? Trials weapons are not craftable, and if you talk to people, that keeps people going back in for that god roll. So, I don't know. Take a comparison and say probably be better if they weren't craftable.
You're saying raid weapons?
Yeah, raid weapons. Keep them RNG, and if you're doing a master raid, give them enhanced perks and just have them RNG. Have enhanced.
Don't they?
Yeah, enhanced trait.
Don't they give adept weapons in master raids? I think the problem they had though is the crafted weapons were still better.
Well, no.
Well, the problem is I have let's just use my Fatebringer, for example. It's a adept weapon, and it can get adept mods, but it doesn't have enhanced perks.
Right. That's the difference.
So I've got regular Firefly and regular other things.
That's see, raid weapons I think are harder to craft because when you get to that chest at the end of the raid and you can get 1 red bar a week, you have to have spoils. And I'm always out of spoils because I don't raid like several times a week. I raid once or twice a week at most. And I just don't get the spoils like I used to. And, it requires those, even if you're going to try to use those things from the, what is it, from the season pass?
The resonance, the deep sight harmonizer.
Yeah, I tried to use the harmonizer on a raid weapon. I needed one red bar for one whatever, and I couldn't do it because I didn't have the spoils. Because you have to have spoils and whatever else. So I think raid weapons are harder to craft because of that extra currency.
Harder or just longer to do?
Well, you have to run a lot more raids, and sometimes you'll get a red bar out of a chest, but it's not guaranteed. Still random.
So it's not harder. It just takes more time to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I disagree. I like raid crafting weapons. You know what? I mean, if it's up to me, I'd just say, let's craft everything. Make the gun your own. If you use the, never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, I mean, if you like using, I'll give you an example. My favorite pulse rifle in the game is the third axiom. It's an adaptive frame, but it's easy to use and it's accurate. And that's what I need in a Crucible in a pinch. But it's not craftable. I have to get it, I can farm it, try to get a good roll from the Vanguard, but it's not even available now. That was last season. It's not even in the pool right now. So why not make it craftable? Anyway, that's a whole other subject, but that's where I stand on it. Why not? Why not make everything craftable? Then you can play the game the way you want to play it.
Could you imagine when you crafted weapons if you could change the subclass, like whether or not it's arc, solar, strand, stasis, whatever?
Oh yeah. I mean, think of you want content? There's your content. You want replayability? There it is. And you can argue that, hey, well, going into trials, trying to get that god roll, that's replayability. Yeah, it is. It's the slot machine, right? I don't know. I don't know which is better, but I just
Can you farm spoils?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to play raids. You got to go to the chest.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you can just do like the hidden chests. I mean, there's you can
the one on Throne World.
Farm.
Let's see, Throne World, and if you know the glitch to get on Lost City, right, or Last City.
What the fuck?
Dreaming City?
Dreaming City, I meant, yeah. Dreaming City, you can get that one on the bridge every week. And there's one in DSC you can get at the...
It's not a glitch. You just go to the thing and just run backwards. It's not a glitch. It's,
You just got to use the wish wall, right?
Yeah.
The wish wall, right.
Yeah, I mean, what's the other one? DSC. You can...
That one at the front. Yeah,
which isn't anything crazy. I mean, you can solo that. I mean, there's Vow where you can run through. Yeah. So you figure, what is it, 3 spoils each? Or is it 5?
Sure. I'm not sure. I don't normally throw them.
So let's say it's 3 per.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go low and say, we'll just,
And you need 12.
For the sake of the argument.
To use the harmonizer.
So if you say you've got... So
20.
We said 3 raids.
Might be 20
right there. So that's 9 per character per week that you could do. Well, no, I'm sorry. No, it's 9. Yeah, 9 per character. So you could do 27 if it's 3.
No, you can't do 27 because there's a cap of 20. You'd have to. You see what I'm saying? I think there's a cap.
Then. Yeah, so what I'm just saying, though, I mean, if you were so inclined, you could switch characters and, get more.
Roger. Yeah, I got you. It's maybe some people that's worth it to them.
Yeah, so for me, I think no, raid weapons should not be crafted. I just think it takes away the chase, regarding the final shape, how would you give master raids more value? Believe it or not, that's an easy answer to me. That's where the crafting should be.
That would make me run a master raid. But right now,
no shit, right?
That's not. It doesn't. It's not enough of a carrot for me to run a master raid right now.
And why not just put enhanced perks there? So there you go. So enhanced crafted weapons right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Give fucking rewards worth the actual, content that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I have one here from Nitro TJ. No clue what this is about.
Hey guys. Nitro TJ here. Man. What an awful week for Destiny. I don't know if this is true or not, but I saw somewhere on Twitter that the player base has been down 45%, and that was either yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm recording this on Friday, so man, this just feels... I feel betrayed by the top people at Bungie. Now, I don't know if what is all said is completely 100% true, but even if it is, the people who are laid off were supposedly some of the people that advocated to get stuff into the game that us, the player base, wanted, and then the top people just telling them no just feels like they were trying to betray us. I don't know. It's just wrong, and I think I'm going to be taking a break until the new season, just to let everything settle down a little bit and see how I feel about it. Unfortunately, I've already canceled my pre-order for the final shape, especially after everything that happened, and I can't give my money to a company that basically ignored the player base and what they want. It just feels wrong to me. Maybe I'll change my mind. I hope I do. I'll probably end up getting it just to finish this, but after the Light and Dark saga, I don't know. They have to listen to the player base. It needs to be done. I was super excited for the final shape until this week. Well, I know this is a letdown. I'm sorry. But I don't know. It feels wrong for the top people of Bungie to let go people for the reasons and how they let them go. So, man, I'm wow. Well, I guess I'll let you guys go. I'll still keep listening though, so.
Good man.
See y'all next time.
Thanks, Nitro. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way he does.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what else needs to be said. I mean, it's a decision that we all have to make, unfortunately. It sucks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the one thing I did want to throw out too is that I know that there's some content creators out there that are like, well, I have to finish it because I've dedicated all of this. And I mean, it's like, well, do you? I think it's different for content creators because, they've hitched their wagons and they're more hopeful than Gator on, and everything else. So, I mean, I get it.
I hate to tell you, we're content creators too, whether you want to or not.
I know, I'm aware. But
our livelihood is not tied to Bungie.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you, Nitro. I do, man. I really do.
Absolutely.
mean, I was just telling them off mic. We weren't recording this. I said, dude, I just want to play a video game. Why does it have to get so shitty like this? Just want to play a video game. Anyway, it's just bad all around. Yeah. Thanks for sending it in, Nitro. And thanks for continuing to listen too, bud. All right. Let's go one more, Hazel, and then I'll go out with a scum death question for the show.
All right. We've got a question here from Sean Walker.
Okay.
That's an interesting name.
I think that's a new member too.
Yeah, it is. I don't know, if that's a screen name or if it has a reference. I'm just kidding. It's probably his real name. So, question for the show. What are your guys' theories for the next season? Theme, story, and possibly what you think the dungeon will be?
Ooh, that is a good question. NS, what do you think, man? You can speculate?
I don't remember who I was talking about this with, but I have a pretty bleak expectation for next season, actually.
Before the news?
Yeah, before the Bungie news.
No, that's fair.
So this is before all this came out, and my thought was, because I'm trying to tie this into the final shape, and spoiler alert, in case you haven't watched any cutscenes, ads, whatever, but we see our Guardians going into the Traveler, and then we've seen cutscenes where Ikora is talking with Cade. Yeah, we haven't heard any voice lines from Zavala as far as I'm concerned, or from what I can remember. But I have a feeling next season is going to be like how we prevented the Almighty from crashing into Earth, but we're going to have to do a repetitive event to charge up some device that'll let us access the anomaly.
That's true.
But it won't be enough, and then Zavala is going to sacrifice himself and his light to allow us to travel into the Traveler, and that's how he's going to die.
Nope.
That could be feasible.
Nope.
I hope I'm wrong.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's hear it.
What's going to happen, Hazel?
Thing, regarding your question, things that would make me cry, that would make me fucking cry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That would. I would be like just completely emotionally compromised. That and the other thing too, with like the Drifter sacrificing himself that somebody suggested. I'm like, no. It's like, come on. It's like nobody's gonna die, nobody else. So
what will happen with Gambit? God forbid.
Carl's like fighting to keep the Drifter alive.
Keep him alive, damn it! I gotta need a job. Yeah, sorry, poor joke. Poor joke.
That's a terrible joke. That's a joke I would have made.
I know.
Good Lord. That's just. Oh, that's just.
My bad.
Yeah, funny.
So what do I think is going to happen? Oh man. Damn. I really like his idea.
I do too.
Damn you, Ripsaw.
I know. I was just going to say that.
I think the dungeon boss is going to be upper management at Bungie.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I want to be surprised. Don't give me any roadmap. Don't give me any previews too early. Just turn the switch and turn on the season. I want to be surprised.
Okay, I'm not going to make a bad joke. Just go ahead.
I know. I like to speculate, but I honestly do not know. This is the first season. I really don't have any inkling of what's, because this season has so much finality to it. It kind of ended a story, a loop. So where does that leave us next? I mentioned this for Final Shape, powering up something to get to the other part, but I think this makes more sense. Watch it be what it is. Just watch that be what it is.
Oops.
Well,
making me drop my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put my bad joke in our chat, so there we go.
There you go. That's true. That's a true statement. Was that the question you were?
Sorry.
I must be fading.
I'm sorry, Ripsaw.
Oh, you asked the question, right? So we need to, let's go out with a, did everybody answer the question? I'm fading.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
Okay.
We did.
Let's go out with
Sorry about that, Sean. Real quick, my joke was simply just that there's not a community team to do a roadmap. Hey-o!
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't laugh...
Oh, man.
Let's go out with a, you know what always makes me smile is an Uncle Scumdeath question. So I got a few.
There we go.
Let's go with this one.
Hello, Scumdeath here. I've just been shown a video by my brother of the way in New York City there is a place that makes Coca-Cola the way they used to. It was 97 years ago, was it? 97 years? 97 years ago. And they put some stuff in, then a load of soda, and then ice cream on top. I don't know where this place is in New York City, but all you Americans, have you ever experienced this? Do you know? Have you tried it? Let me know. Love ya. Bye.
Well, we got the right guest on for that question. Our New Englander.
He's not in New York, but
he's a New Englander.
I mean, I've been to New York.
You know this place?
I don't have like a specific company in mind. There's some kind of like candy company.
Do they not have ice
well,
cream
that is a general ice cream float. Yeah, you're right. Like, it's just soda with ice cream on top. But there was like a candy company. It was in the middle of New York that had like literally just candy. And I can imagine that this would be right up their alley. But I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this place. It's been like 10 years.
I have not been to New York City, so I can't answer that question.
Yeah, I don't either, unfortunately.
But Uncle Scumdeath, you guys over there in the UK, you do have ice cream floats, right? Hit me up and let me know. Or Hayoka can tell me. Yeah.
I thought that he was talking about like making Coke the original
old-fashioned way and then throwing ice cream on it. Yeah.
No.
What's what he's using, like the powder and then the...
No, I think he means like making... I don't think he's talking about like an old-fashioned like that. I think he means like making Coke like it was made like way back in the day.
Forgive me, but how was that done?
I believe they made it with actually like cocaine.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't want to go there. Yeah, that sounds great to me. Anyway, thanks, Uncle Scumdeath. As
you heard it here first. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey everyone, thanks for sending your questions in. It's been a long show tonight, so we're going to cut it short there. And we have another brand new guest next week. I think you'll enjoy him as well. And we'll jump back in and you dig more questions out. So thank you for sending those to us. We do appreciate you. And that means Elmer Fudd. That's your cue, sir.
Oh, listen to the Guardian Downcast. Oh, it's a playlist. Yes. Ooh. And I've heard they've like won awards for it and such.
Thank you, Mr. Fudd. Still waiting for that icy beer pick, sir. Just saying. This is the final segment of our show. This is where we pick our song for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's not the show itself. It's the actual music playlist. It's a sample of what the two of us and our guest, NSRipsaw here, like to listen to, and we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast show playlist. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. You can follow along and see what we add every week and even enjoy the playlists. It might take you a while. We have 1,137 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests ever since we started this podcast in July of 2019. It's kind of a time capsule, you could say. I will start with you, NS. What song did you pick tonight and why?
So I was torn for a while about what I was going to pick, but I did listen to the podcast playlist for a little bit, and I don't know who put Alter Bridge on there, but cheers. Whoever put that on there. Absolutely. As much as I'm a Destiny shill, I'm an Alter Bridge shill.
Was it Ron?
I think that was Ron.
That makes sense.
I believe.
Oof. But I'm going to have to kind of follow suit. I'm going to pick an Alter Bridge song, and it's going to be one of their off their newest album. And it's the song is called Fable of the Silent Sun. It is a long song, but damn, it's good.
I like long songs. Hazel, what'd you pick this week, man?
All right. So,
is it another Swiftie song?
No, I wrestled the pick away from my daughter and my wife. So, whenever I, run into crunch trying to pick a song, I'm probably going to throw it to them and it'll be a Taylor Swift song, guaranteed.
I got you.
Yeah. So, Soccer, threw a song out there from Hoodie Allen. And I was like, motherfucker, I haven't listened to Hoodie Allen in like years. So, I was like listening to his new album and this song just like hit me, damn, this is good shit right here. So I immediately had to add it to this list. So it went with Wouldn't That Be Nice by Hoodie Allen.
Nice. Well, I picked a song that was very apropos for this week. It's one of my top 10 favorite bands of all time, and it's actually a single they came out with in 2016 called Tears. Band's Alice in Chains. Been a sad week, so I thought that was fitting. By the way, I don't know if you guys knew this, but on Disney Plus tonight, they are live streaming the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And guess who's inducted this year? Rage Against the Machine. And a few other people you might have heard of, like Willie Nelson, Sheryl Crow. I know it's not exactly rock, but I'm there for the rage.
But did you see that that's like TVMA on Disney? I was like,
what?
Excuse
It's
me?
the first time I've ever done it. It's definitely a new thing.
Well, no, they've got the Marvel shows from Disney or from Netflix.
I meant live streaming, because that's always usually something HBO does. HBO usually is the one that releases that, and it's pre-recorded. It's all produced. Yeah, live stream. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Maybe tomorrow if I have time. Okay. So that is what I picked for this week. And we're going to put off the slogan contest this week. I think we all can understand why. We're going to put it off another week. So we're going to give everyone another week to throw some entries in there. And then Hazel and I will sift through them and see what we come up with. I've got a few favorites. I don't know if Hazel likes them or not, but we'll see what we got. Just want to give some patron shout outs tonight. We have our Dungeon Champion patrons. That would be Toll the Bell, Raffi, Mullet, Nitro TJ, Darth Noodle, Nico, aka Jersey, Technical, Smiter, Coderson, Wicked Trinity, and Deadpool 1 Merc. Thank you, gentlemen. And
thank you.
Of course, our OG Raid Boss patrons. That's Jealous and Frostbite. And our other Raid Boss patrons, that would be TL Tim. Thank you, Tim. I got your Venmo. Lucky Shifts, Average Destiny 2 player, Amazing, Taco King, Sith Daddy Fresh, and White Gnome. Thank you. That's our highest tier that really have an impact on our community. And I was just talking about in our last patron episode, which just came out last week, or this week, I should say. And we talked about our website, how the patrons paid for that website to be developed. So thank you. That's just one example of where our monies go. So thank you. Also, thank you to all of our other patron members who hang out in our Discord patron lounge. You know you are. Giving back to our show and community has been really humbling, and Hazel and I, again, thank you for that. And because of them, you can listen to our podcast commercial free. So thank those gold badge members in the Discord when you get the chance. They single-handedly give us the option to not have to worry about sponsors and all that other stuff and just do what we want with our community. So if you think you received any value from our podcast today and you want to give back to our show and community, check out patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. Link is down in the description down below, or on guardiandowncast.com. There's a big Patreon button if you want to donate. That is a wrap, gentlemen. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 223 other episodes with interviews from gamers all over our community. So take a look at those, especially if you're just finding out about us. And if you like what you hear, only thing we ask, please tell a friend about us. We grow organically. We don't pay for ads or any of that stuff. All from organic word of mouth. So we thank you in advance for that. And NSRipsaw, thank you, sir, for coming on tonight, man. I know this was a long one. I had a feeling it would be a little long because, I think we spent over an hour.
That's what she said.
Son of a bitch. I'm fading. I can't defend myself tonight. That'll be in the Patreon episode. So, NSRipsaw, thanks again, man, for coming on the show tonight. And, is there any shout outs you want to throw out there, or where people can find you? Either one?
Nothing in particular. I don't stream or anything like that, but, NSRipsaw #2009, I think, is my Bungie account. Let me just double check that real quick. I don't even know how to find it, to be honest.
It's under,
NSRipsaw 162 #2009. So add me if you want to play, and I'm down to play with anybody. So yeah,
there we go.
That's it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming on tonight, man. Especially in these circumstances, you know. So, Hazel,
it's been a good episode.
It has been. We had a lot of good discussion tonight.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was productive. So thank you. Hazel, where can people find you, sir?
Quick and easy. Hazel NT in all the places. Except for Twitch, where I will be streaming on Tuesday. Where I'm the Hazel NT.
Come on, guys. Let's show up for that stream. Let's root them on. What are you going to be doing? You know what you're going to be doing yet?
It's going to be Destiny of some sort.
Good.
I mean,
good.
Probably. I'll throw something out there maybe and see like if people want to do a raid or PvP and
nice.
You know,
I just want to mention, you can contact me via, Twitter, X. I'm just going to call it Twitter. Everyone else is at Todd the Gator. That's 2 D's and GATR. I'm on Steam and PS5 as Todd the Gator. My number, I think, is 2076. Don't quote me on that, but I'm out there. Just send me a friend request. And I create videos on YouTube. Todd the Gator spelled the same way. And I try to help the new players that try to get into this game, at least for now. And I have another podcast called the Destiny Help Desk that also helps new players to the game. But I've also been doing more interview-based episodes using the great resources that we have here in our own community. And yeah, like I said, stay tuned. We'll have a full Get Better at Crucible episode coming out very soon. I'm working on it right now, in fact. And just know that this show posts to my YouTube channel as well, Todd the Gator on YouTube. All right. That leaves us with a Scumdeath Corner. And let me see. I have a couple to pick from here. Let's go with this one. Uncle Scumdeath, what is going on in the UK today, brother?
Hello, and welcome to Scumdeath's Corner. This evening was a classic. I was out the back, washing the patio down, giving it a good disinfectant and stuff like that. And my girlfriend, she's just started the gym 2 days ago. So she's like, right, up in the attic, up in the loft. It's my gym gear. So I'm going to go up in the loft. Can you get the loft ladder down? So I'm like, all right. So while you're up in the loft, I can carry on doing some bits around the garden. So the ladder comes down, drops down from the attic. So I got the ladder down. She climbed up. And then I managed to sort all the garden out. And I was out there for ages. And there was this weird sort of banging noise. And I'm like, what the hell's that? And I didn't really know. Didn't take no notice. And so carried on, just pottering around in the garden. And this banging just kept on going. What the hell is that? And I saw a dog, which never leaves my girlfriend's side, running around like, you know, I'm like, so where is she then? So I thought I'd better investigate. So I went upstairs and looked in the attic and she's like, babes, I'm stuck. I'm like, what? So I'm stuck in the attic. Like, what do you mean? She's like, I can't get down the ladder. I'm like, well, why can't I get down the ladder? It's still there. Like, you know, just get on the ladder. She's like, no, it's come out of the little rails that it usually sits in. It sits in some rails and obviously you just throw up the rails and put it up. I'm like, no, this ladder hasn't been running on them rails for about 2 years. Just pull the ladder down, open it up, and just rest it up against the loft hatch. And she's like, you what? I've been stuck up here for like 20 minutes. So she was stuck up there. All she had to do was get on the ladder and walk down. Oh my God. Unbelievable. So, yeah, still not feeling too great, actually. Still got a bit of this cold going on. It's been going on for a couple of weeks now, so it's doing my head in. So anyway, I love you and leave you. There's plenty more to say, but not tonight. I've got to go to bed. Love ya. Boo.
Thank you, Uncle Scumdeath. Always good to hear what's going on, man. Remember, everyone, as you're playing Lightfall, hopefully, remember to take breaks, get outside. Sorry, I'm very down right now. Remember to take breaks and get outside and touch some grass. I'm going to choose Mr. Monkey. Yeah, I think they got grass in the UK. Yeah, I think they do. Yeah. Hey, everyone. Remember, we only get one playthrough in this life, so make it count. And more importantly, be good to your fellow Guardians in the Destinyverse.
Defeat is not surrender, Guardian.
Thank you all so very much for listening. and later guardian.
Get toddled.
We lost an S. We lost an S.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it.
He couldn't hang.
He couldn't hang. No, that's good, man. That's good right there.
Yeah, that's good right
cheers.
there.
That is it.
Cheers. No, I'm just going to say cheers.
There you go.
Said sometimes I go a little too far, and then after the fact I'm like, did I go too far? And I actually had messaged Hazel after one of my speak pipes, be like, I'm sorry.
I don't think you've had any problems with your speak pipes. I don't think so.
Well, that's what Hazel told me.
Yeah, that's what I told him in the message. I just, I played it up like I was offended and this kind of thing. And
the problem with text
again is it boils down to me going down to like my sense of humor is I can be very callous and very have dark sense of humor, and sometimes I catch it. I'm like, oh, did I go a little too far?
Yeah.
Try getting that across in a text in Discord. It's really hard to perceive how 60 words sounds to different people that perceive it differently.
That's why I usually resort to calling people buttheads. Because no one can take that seriously.
Yeah. I may have to adopt that.
Did you just call me a butthead?
Hey, butthead. Yes. And then he'll be like what?
Beavis?
Oh, man. But according to my wife, I have eyes in the back of my head, but only when it comes to spotting animals in the wilderness. I can't find the ketchup in the fridge.
You're looking right at it. No, I'm not. It's right there. I'm like, where is there?
Just chew on your Werthers, okay?
Right, fine. Let me get another one.
1 second. Werthers.